take on Minneapolis on Friday. And then bang, bang, 2 games will come at you very, very quick next week, as Ellenwood will be a road game on Monday for Southeast of Saline. So don't let that weekend get away from you. We'll have a game on Monday next week, and then also turning around and playing on Tuesday as well. Slazner will enter the center circle against Budke. Beloit wearing white jerseys trimmed in orange. Southeast of Saline in their road purples trimmed in white and black. Start out Southeast of Saline on the defensive end after Beloit wins the tip. Southeast in a man-to-man defense. Carson Slazner defending Budke here early on. She has some help down low with Eleni Yanakopoulos. Teachins has it between the circles, right in the center of the floor. She's looking to the right-hand side. Now a lob pass up high in the post to Budke. She'll swing it out. Now a runner along the baseline is up no good. Pearson fighting for the rebound. She's going to be knocked down from behind, and the basketball out of bounds will go to Southeast of Saline.
Well, yeah, and you can see that there was a lot of contact right there. It looked like the basketball actually went off the hand of Pearson. You see the ball kicked up. Castleman misses a 3. So far right now, there's been a lot of, it's physical, and there's not a lot of whistles with fouls. And I know we're only 40 seconds in, and I think that bears well for Southeast Saline.
Now Yanakopoulos on Budke. She switches off, though, with Slazner again. So far, Addison Budke, the big 5'11" freshman, getting the attention of 2 seniors for Southeast of Saline. Here's Castleman now on the right-hand sideline, looking inside for Pearson. She's going to turn it over, and that's our first one of the game here for Southeast of Saline. Still scoreless, Southeast of Saline in a full-court press. They're going to make Beloit handle their pressure in the full court. Budke with the basketball, dribbles into a trap. Now Yanakopoulos on the floor, strips the ball away. Turnover Beloit. Up to Castleman. She takes contact on the right side. Nearly got the layup to go down. Budke follows it in and grabs a rebound off of her own turnover. Still scoreless, about a minute 20 into this one. Right-hand side with the basketball. Miley Brown has it. Brown now swings it back to the middle of the floor to Knight. Knight looking back to Brown. Now to the right-hand side. Teachins again. Beloit really concentrating on the right-hand side of their offense. They have not really came across the center line and played on the left wing as of yet. Teachins again. On the right-hand side to Remus. Remus bobbled the basketball. Now she gets it in high to Knight. Down low to Budke. Shot put up, missed. And it's bothered and taken away on the rebound by Yanakopoulos. Long pass up the floor. Castleman, she zips it down low to Mallory Pearson, who scores 2. That's our Everhart Precision Ag pass of the game, as early on, Avery Castleman drops an assist to Mallory Pearson for 2.
Well, and you're seeing it right now, this little change-up that Shauna Smith's defense has. Let's put our best player on your number one threat. You see Carson Slazner playing a lot on Budke right there, and that's causing issues for the freshman.
Here's another trap. It's Pearson and Castleman. Ball comes free. Pearson with the strip, and they're going to have a foul here on Beloit. Boy, Mallory Pearson and this Southeast of Saline full-court trapping defense getting the best out of Beloit here early on. They have created 3 early turnovers from the homestanding Trojans, and they lead it 2-0. Again, live stream video available to you on SalinaPost.com, brought to you by Salina Ortho for both of the varsity games tonight. Castleman with it. She drives into the keyhole. Now right-hand side, Yanakopoulos. She gets by her defender, has her shot blocked from behind, and it's taken away. The outlet to Teachins, now up the floor to Remus. Remus wants to try the left-hand sideline, but now it's stripped away from her, taken from Southeast of Saline. On the offensive end, here come the Trojans wearing purple, and they lose the basketball. Boy, a turnover fest here for a while, back and forth between these two teams as they take each other's best shots.
And we know that Southeast wants to run, but they've only ran one offensive set. You kind of want to run if it's easy, slow things down if it's not. I mean, let your defense. We see a foul. It's called on the floor right there. It looks like it might be on Maddie Harris. The defense is thriving right now for Southeast Saline. Get into your set offensively and see what you can do. Harris. The clock is still running, by the way. I don't know if anyone's going to see that.
Oh, it's still running. Could have a short game if that keeps up.
Yeah, I don't know if somebody wants to say something. Nah. We'll bring that up later.
Now it stops when the ball comes in bounds and is ready for play.
The clock is still running.
Well, it stopped when the ball was on the court, and then now it's out of bounds again, and it's going to start again. So we are completely opposite on the way the clock should be running, and we'll get that worked out here at the scorers tables. 2-0 Southeast of Saline, as we are trying to take care of the clock at the scorers table. Meanwhile, Maddie Harris has picked up her second foul. 3 team fouls for Southeast of Saline, and Maddie Harris has 2 of them. So Lexi Jacobson comes into the game. Also with her, Reagan Getz, Brielle Potacek, Castleman, Yannikopoulos, and Harris all take a seat. 5:19 left to go. There's a foul now inside as Remus is fouled. The fouls piling up here against Southeast of Saline early on.
Yeah, and credit to Remus right there. She had baseline. She thought there was going to be contact going to be drawn. Went up strong, and she drew the foul.
Reagan Getz gets the foul for Southeast of Saline. First free throw is up and good for Peyton Remus. 2-1 is our score. Southeast of Saline leads it by 1. Remus' free throw will tie it up at 2 each. Southeast with it back. Slazner quickly up the floor to Reagan Getz. She's going to dribble off her left foot and out of bounds. Back-to-back turnovers on the offensive end now for Southeast of Saline. Boy, really the only saving grace of this Southeast of Saline turnover is getting the ball in full court pressure. Brielle Potacek has it. Southeast stole it back. 5 turnovers for Beloit. Tough shot on the left-hand side by Jacobson. That's no good. Slazner knifes her way in through, and she's going to be sent to the free throw line after a foul on that putback attempt.
Yeah, you almost want to just see Southeast, like we said earlier, just slow things down on the offensive side. I mean, you're forcing turnovers. You're getting yourself good offensive possessions. Take advantage of those possessions. You don't have to score immediately as Slazner hits the first free throw.
Slazner's best scoring game of the season was against Beloit back in December, where she had 19 points. Got the first free throw here, misses the second. Lene Knight has the rebound for the homestanding Beloit Lady Trojans. 4:49 left to play, first quarter. Teachins with it on the right-hand side. She'll come back to the middle now to Remus. They get it to Budke. She wants to drive, puts it up off the window with the right hand, and good. Addison Budke scores her first basket of the night. Slazner with it. She'll kick it out to Jacobson. Drive by Lexi. Up off the window is good. Lexi Jacobson played in the first game with these two teams. She had 2 points. She has equaled that. Remember, that's about right around the time where she had the injury to her hand. Here's Beloit up the floor. Looking for something positive here on offense. They had a brief 1-point lead. Lene Knight with it. She wants to go to the rim. Hanging on the right-hand side, no good, and now a foul on the rebound on Addison Budke. Good position down low for SES.
Yeah, it looked like it was Mallory Pearson. Shocker, I know. Just really, really good positioning down low. Forced Budke out. And Budke didn't do anything wrong there. She went up for the basketball. Mallory Pearson established great positioning. You see Pearson out. Chase Gilpin in for Mallory.
So as we go to the bench, Brielle Potacek hits her first shot as the microwave into the game now.
Yes,
Instant hot, as she is coming off of a new career high, 13 points. She scored 11 of those in the first quarter against Chapman. Tatum Teachins goes to the lane and scores and answers back against Potacek. Brief 3-point lead there by Southeast. Cut down by Beloit. Here's Jacobson saving a ball out to Potacek. Now Lexi comes back in. She's going to try a 3. That's way short, no good. Reagan Getz will save possession here for SES. Brielle thought about the 3. Now Potacek will pass it up. Play it out to the right-hand side to Getz. She'll snap the crossover, get into the paint. Little 10-foot runner is good by Reagan Getz.
You're starting to feel like you just want the ball brought back out, get your offense set up, and then Getz goes and just finishes right there.
Teachins going back to the rack as Beloit able to break the press. They have tried 3 times to score. They cannot. Now Addison Budke will come in and clean it up and put it in as Southeast of Saline caught underneath the rim, staring up at the net. Nobody boxing out there, and their lead cut back to 1. A 30-second timeout. We'll take it as well. 2:56 left to go in the first quarter. Southeast of Saline 9, Beloit 8 as you listen to it here on KINA and watch along. Live stream video on Salina Post.
Frisbee Construction is a service organization for the commercial grain industry dedicated to giving you the best in planning, the best in quality, and the best of workmanship, and overall the best value for your dollar since 1949. Frisbee Construction specializes in new construction as well as remodel and repair of grain handling facilities throughout the Midwest. Frisbee Construction Company in Gypsum has emergency crews available as needed. For more information, go to frisbeeinc.com.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
9-8 our score. Southeast of Saline leads it by 1. Eleni Yanakopoulos back into the game. She's running up the floor with Brielle Potacek, Reagan Getz, Avery Castleman, Chase Gilpin will complete the 5 for Southeast of Saline. Yanakopoulos, high post to Gilpin. Now back to Elena. She tried the reverse layup, got tripped up a little bit, unable to make it. Now Budke back speeding the other way. She'll pick up her dribble on the right-hand wing, about free throw line extended. Now play it out to Peyton Remus. Remus a couple of dribbles as she surveys the inside for Beloit. Now they go back to Budke just inside of the free throw line. She'll play it out, and a hand check foul called again on Southeast of Saline. This is their 5th team foul.
And I think that's one thing we're seeing right there is the foul's called on Reagan Getz, her second. You're seeing a lot of fouls called on the perimeter, not so many down low. I mean, and you have to adjust the way you're playing, and that's as the first free throw is missed. You got to change the way you're playing. I mean, that's the way the game's been officiated so far. The first 6.5 minutes, you got to adjust right now.
Miley Brown missed the first free throw. She'll have a second attempt here, and it is up and good. We are tied at 9. So far, Beloit 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Slazner speeding back the other way, wants to get her offense started. Yanakopoulos has it. Now she'll swing it through to Potacek. Now Avery Castleman. She has yet to take a shot in this game. Here is Slazner. Little rock back and forth. Now she goes left-hand drive. Plays it to Potacek. She'll get into the 8-foot mark and splash it through the net. Brielle's shot there. Tyler barely hit the net on its way through. It was so perfect.
Yeah, it's super sweet. She knows where her sweet spot is. She elevates and just drops it in there. Great shot from the sophomore.
We talk about Beloit's youngsters and how they're a different team than what they were 2 months ago in the first meeting. Well, it kind of works both ways, doesn't it?
No, 100%. I mean, this is a completely different Southeast Saline team than the one that played Beloit a couple months ago.
Here's a poke out by Chase Gilpin. Yanakopoulos chases it down for Southeast of Saline as those two team up for a steal. Now Castleman takes the body contact. Avery gets the contact, and she will go to the line and try to complete the three-point play after her basket went in.
And what a great look from Yanakopoulos. I mean, just looking across the court. And Avery could have gone up soft. She knew there was going to be contact. You bring that contact on. She went off 2 feet. She was still sturdy. You know you're going to get 2 free throws, maybe just one if you hammer the shot down. She did a great job with the finish.
Second foul on Miley Brown. She will go to the bench, as well as will Addison Budke. Avery Castleman to the free throw line to try to complete the three-point play. Free throw strong, but it finds a way in, and Avery Castleman completes the three-point play. She has become now already the 6th different Southeast of Saline player to score in this game. Here's a pass, middle of the floor, dangerous. Slazner right there, but she doesn't risk a foul reaching in. Beloit has it on the right-hand side. Looking down deep, now they save it back out to Peyton Remus. Top of the circle, she wants to drive on Potacek. Gets to the left-hand side of the window, puts it high off the glass, and it goes in, and she is also fouled. Boy, little to no contact there, but Peyton Remus going to the free throw line for the three-point play.
Yeah, I think for Coach Smith, you're not disappointed with that contact at all. It looked like Chase Gilpin came in there right there. Was there defensively, but what a great finish from Remus to hit the free throw for the three-point play.
She's now 3 of 3 from the free throw line. Avery Castleman now has it on the left-hand side of Southeast of Saline's offense. 1 minute left to go, first quarter. 14-12 is our score. Southeast of Saline leading. They've led most of this first quarter, although it's been a tight game. Beloit did have a brief 1-point lead. Here's Slazner for 3. That comes up short, no good. Rebound taken in by Peyton Remus. She'll be shadowed by Brielle Potacek as they come flying across center court stripe. Now left-hand side, Tatum Teachins has it. She wants to drive baseline. Runs into Yanakopoulos. Nothing called there, and the ball out of bounds will be awarded to Beloit. They will have it underneath their own basket with 36 seconds left to play in the first period. Remus with it, goes right through the hands of one player for Beloit, then into another player's hands. A shot up, no good. And now a jump ball situation on the ground. There's a couple of Lady Trojans there from each squad. Tie it up, and we'll go to Southeast of Saline.
When you got to think right now, if you're the Southeast Saline Trojans, you're playing for one shot. I mean, you haven't played well in this first quarter, and you still have a 14-12 lead. You'd like to think you're going to try to get one shot. We're going to see it maybe in the corner from one of the marksmen. Again, you're not playing well. You have a 2-point lead on the road. Just see how this works out.
what might be your three best scoring guards out there right now with Potocnik, Castleman, and Slazner. They also have Jacobson and Yannikopoulos to deal with. Clock down to 4. Here's Castleman for 3. Too strong, no good. Beloit saves it from going out of bounds, and that'll be the end of the quarter. 14-12 is our score. Southeast of Saline leads Beloit. As we go to the second quarter, it's all brought to you on KINA and also SalinaPost.com with live stream and video presented by Saline Ortho.
Maybe you don't play quarterback or make the highlight reel. Maybe you're not a high school athlete anymore. But just like an athlete, you can get first-class orthopedic care from Salina Ortho. Their doctors and staff strive to get you back to an injury-free, pain-free life as quickly as possible. Salina Ortho has a doctor on call 24/7 for all orthopedic injuries. So next time you're injured, trust the experts at Salina Ortho. Your voice, your choice, past, present, and future. See them online at salinaortho.com.
You're telling me your driver turns you on remotely?
It feels so good. One gentle touch of a handy remote or mobile app and my motor is running. And don't fret, my little pickup pal. New Image Audio installs these inside trucks too.
Oh, yeah.
You'll want it when the winter chill hits. A remote start from New Image Audio for cars, trucks, even diesels. All systems remote and cell phone capable. Nationwide coverage. Get yours at New Image Audio on South Broadway.
In Salina.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Basketball on KINA.
Back here at Beloit High School, Devin Haney, Tyler Smith, Brian Dennett, Big Sam Pretty, everybody contributing to tonight's broadcast. The Trojan War in the NCAA, Southeast of Saline here visiting Beloit. Beloit has the basketballs. We start second quarter action. They trail Southeast of Saline by 2 points. There's a drive on the left-hand side. Remus with a wild shot up for 2 high off the window. The offensive rebound in the far corner. Going to be ran down by Beloit. Save to Addison Butke, and Butke will bury the jumper. She now has 6. That equals her output in the first meeting of these two teams. Jacobson now with it. Southeast of Saline wasting no time getting back down the floor. And again, a drive and just kind of a muscle type of play by Avery Castleman getting the layup.
When you start to wonder, when scouting reports start going out and you see what Castleman's done from outside of the arc, teams are just going to fly to her. And Avery did a great job just going to the bucket strong right there. Great finish from the junior.
When players figure that out, that's really when they become dangerous, right? A multi-dimension.
Without a doubt, and I think for so long, Avery's just been that three-point specialist. She's going to find that life will get a lot easier. Again, we've talked about her defense all year. Great defense on the ball, forces the turnover with the double dribble right there.
Been in on a couple of those plays tonight so far in the first half. Southeast of Saline leads by 2. They get the ball back there after the 7th turnover from Beloit. Pearson with it. Now Castleman, top of the circle. Right-hand side, Yannikopoulos. They'll bury it in the corner now with Pearson. And they'll play it back out, free throw line extended. Slazner with it, little heel kick. She'll take one dribble to her right. Shot up, no good. It comes off to the right-hand side. And Beloit now wants to run back the other way. Remus with it. She's challenging the Southeast defense, but Yannikopoulos there to turn her away and back out to the outside. Beloit will have to reset. 90 seconds into the second quarter. Here's a drive by Knight on the right-hand side, and they're going to say she traveled with the basketball. Excuse me, that's Cassandra Thompson with the turnover on the travel.
And again, we saw really good on the ball defense from Lexi Jacobson right there. It's the thing I love about Beloit. They want to run. They don't care about the numbers. They know about the depth, and they know about the strengths of Southeast Saline. They want to run, and they want to run right with you. I mean, it turns into either an ugly game or a pretty game really quickly, depending on what side you're rooting for.
This could be a cautionary tale, though, for Beloit, because I keep going back to the first meeting between these two teams. And Beloit had no bench points. Here's Pearson on the inside. Wow. A little give and go with her and Slazner, and give Carson the assist, and Mallory Pearson her second basket.
Devin, who else can make that pass, by the way? We talk about Carson's, scoring all the time. I mean, her vision, her true strength as a basketball player is a true point guard. The passing, her vision, it's great to see it.
The pass is one thing, but I think the timing is what gets overlooked a lot.
Without a doubt.
Here's a kick out now, Southeast, all on the floor getting that ball. And Avery Castleman with a crazy crossover, and then she appeared to bury herself underneath the basket, but somehow was able to get that shot go in. And Avery Castleman going nuts on the two-pointers tonight, as she has helped Southeast of Saline now to a lead of a half a dozen. It's 20-14 with 5:19 left to go here in the second quarter. Other games tonight as we keep it right here This is actually a score from last night. Ellsworth beat Plainville 52-31 in girls play. Games tonight, Minneapolis is at Ellsworth. Sacred Heart is at Victoria. Republic County at Clay Center. Smoky Valley is at Lyons. That's two teams that's in our sub-state bracket. Eisenhower's at Salina Central. Hutch is at Salina South. Rural Vista is at Solomon. Wamego at Chapman. And El Saline is at Bennington. Here it's 20-14. Southeast of Saline coming out with a strong start to their second quarter. So far they've outscored Beloit by a count of 6-2. Patochik, Pearson, Harris back on the floor, along with Yanakopoulos and Avery Castleman. High post entry once again to Thompson. She's going to turn with ball above her head. Pump fake 2, 3, 4 times. Now play it back out to Jaden Fallis. Fallis now to Miley Brown. Remember, she has 2 fouls from early on, as does Maddie Harris and Reagan Getz. Here's a long shot put up by Beloit. That's no good, but they get their own rebound. Out to Remus, and she's going to be contacted on the right-hand side, and a foul called on Southeast of Saline. For the Lady Trojans, this is their 6th team foul.
And I think the foul's called on Patochik, which is really unfortunate. Great feet. There were no hands there. But also give Peyton Remus a lot of credit. Peyton Remus knows how to get to the bucket. You know, we talked, her mom is head coach Shauna Remus. Again, we'll add this. It's a chapter to our book about coaches' kids. Peyton Remus is a baller as she buries the first free throw.
Apologize. That is actually the 7th team foul on Southeast of Saline. It was on Brielle Patochik, her first personal. First free throw by Remus is up and good. Second one will rattle out no good. Fight for the rebound is going to be won by Southeast of Saline as Eleni Yanakopoulos runs it down. 20-15 our score. Southeast of Saline with the lead and the basketball. Quick trigger 3 off one pass. Patochik, that won't go. Long rebound taken in by Beloit on the backside. Good positioning there by the Lady Trojans wearing white. High post now. Budke looking. Now she's going to flip it back out to Peyton Remus.
And, Devin, I know we talk about Brielle Patochik, microwave. She comes in hot. Watching her play on-the-ball defense is almost just as impressive. Just defense as a total. I mean, she's going to man you up. She's not going to touch you. It's her feet that do all the business.
Maddie Harris with one of her patented stop and pops from 10 feet away. This time on the right wing. That is Maddie's first basket of the night. The 7th Southeast player to score. Halfway through the second quarter. 22-15, the biggest lead for Southeast as they start to inch away in this one. Here's Budke on the right-hand side, and she just goes up over the top of Avery Castleman that time. Budke has 8, 4 in each quarter thus far. Harris right back to the same spot she just scored. Can't get that to go, but Pearson there to slap the rebound out into safe haven where Yanakopoulos can run it down. Now back to Harris on the right-hand side. She looks at Patochik on the cut, now feeds her in the ball, but it's going to be stolen away. Peyton Remus there to take that one away. First turnover of the quarter for Southeast of Saline. Boy, it looked like Budke got away with a travel there. She's going to play it out to the left-hand side to Fallis, and she did travel with the basketball.
Yeah, you're starting to see those legs just seem like they're a little bit heavier for Beloit, and that's what goes on. As you see Castleman and Patochik come out, and you're throwing in Slazener and Getz, you're throwing in fresh legs for the purple, and the white just seem to be a little bit stiffer and heavier right now. And then the bounciest of the legs of them all, number 30, Lexi Jacobson.
So far in this game, no bench points for Beloit, 8 off the bench for Southeast of Saline. Here comes Southeast back down the floor. As you mentioned, Slazener back in. She has the basketball. 19 points in the first meeting for Carson. Give and go. Yanakopoulos gets. Now free throw line. Poor spacing right now for Southeast. They need to get that spread out. They do now. Maddie Harris has it on the left wing. Harris with a couple of organized dribbles now to Slazener. She sees an opening, gets inside, right-handed layup, good. Carson Slazener gets her first field goal of the night. 2:45 left to play. Teachins on the right-hand wing for Beloit. Into Budke, 16-footer in the keyhole, won't go. Harris with the rebound. Here comes Maddie Harris speeding up the floor. Slazener to the baseline. Hauls it in over the shoulder catch. Now to Yanakopoulos, runner in the paint. That won't go too strong. And the rebounding foul will be called on Eleni Yanakopoulos.
And you love to see that driving shot from Yanakopoulos. A lot of contact right there. And Yanakopoulos gets called for the foul on the other side. You love to see a Yanakopoulos attacking. I mean, that's where she's super strong. We've seen her finish that many times. And, again, a lot of contact. I think that's going to be a foul that's going to be called later on in the game.
Peyton Remus at the free throw line. First free throw of the 1-and-1 is up and good. She's 2 out of 3 here in this fourth quarter. She was 3 of 3 in the first period. 24-18, 2:29 left to go before halftime. We'll talk to Bryson Flax at the half about last couple of days with his Trojans after rolling over Chapman, now getting ready for Beloit. Now a traveling violation whistled here against Southeast of Saline in the backcourt.
Yeah, it kind of looked like that whole Chris Webber 1991 drug the foot, trying to call a timeout. Lexi just got the rebound, was going to pass it to Carson. All of a sudden, Remus jumps up, tries to jump the pass. Lexi drags the foot.
Oh, there's a shot inside and another foul called as this game's starting to be swallowed up by the whistles of the officials. 13 fouls called in this game. Our foul count is 9-4. Southeast of Saline with 9. That's the second now on Eleni Anacopoulos. The free throw by Lene Knight is up and good.
Yeah, you're seeing Beloit, I guess, pound the ball down low, and they're drawing fouls. And you know, we talk about adjusting. How do you have to adjust to the whistle? And apparently Southeast is not doing that at the moment as Lene Knight buries a second.
24-20, that's 7 points. Southeast of Saline lead now has been cut down to 4 by free throws. Castleman has it on the left-hand side. Now to Slazner. Lob pass over the top side of the Beloit defenders. Ends up with Maddie Harris on the right. Now to Jacobson. She'll take it inside the paint and draw the foul. Lexi Jacobson will step to the free throw line for a couple of free throws. She was fouled in the act of shooting by Addison Butke, who has now picked up number 2. Could be a big foul for Beloit.
Yeah, it really could be. And that's something you have to pay attention to if you're Southeast Saline. Whoever Addison Butke, because we know how much perimeter game as Jacobson hits the first. You have 5 players on the perimeter. I mean, there's not a post player for Southeast of Saline. If Butke's on you, you've got to attack the bucket and see what happens as we see Butke substituted out right now.
Cassandra Thompson will come in for her. Jacobson a chance to put Southeast up by 6 here with 2 minutes left to go. The free throw misses. Reagan gets the rebound, goes up to score. Can't get the put back. Now Jacobson trying to save it. Ball on the floor. 3 different players, 2 from Southeast, and it will stay with the Lady Trojans as they save their possession via the arrow at the scores table.
And then Mallory Pearson comes in. It's almost like Mallory Pearson saw a basketball on the floor and was like, get me in the game. I need in.
Her sensor was going off. Here's Castleman off the inbounds. Got her first 3-point attempt. Too strong, no good. Pearson fighting for the rebound, but Cassandra Thompson, fresh in, will yank it away as we go under 2 minutes left to play here in the first half. 25-20. Here's a pass to the right-hand side. Southeast fell asleep on defense there as Thompson was left wide open. First bench points of the night for Beloit.
Yeah, really strong finish from Thompson. We saw her grab the contested rebound on the other side, sprint down the floor, and get rewarded.
Here's Slazner fighting inside. Missed the first shot attempt. Got the rebound back. She'll play it out to Getz. Now Slazner with another rebound. She's going to be tied up. And they're going to say arrow to Beloit instead of the foul.
It's a really tough call. It looked like Carson had absolute control of the basketball. Ripping it away. Official goes up with the open hand, which says, violation, not a foul. So, I mean, he was on top of it. You see 0 complaints from the Southeast side. Really tough call against Carson. It looked like she had control of the basketball.
65 seconds left to play. Teachin's with it. She'll play it to the left-hand side. Miley Brown. Here's a deflection and a steal by Slazner. She turns, pitches it up to Maddie Harris. Harris all the way to the cup. Won't get it to go, and a foul on the floor called there as Maddie Harris was going to the rim hard. And Southeast will inbound this underneath their own basket.
How bad did Maddie Harris want to go behind the back right there? You could just sense it.
I saw her do that in pregame, and I was waiting for it. Here's Getz out top, back inside. Slazner, now Harris for 3. In and out, no good. Slazner still in there fighting for rebounds, and Beloit comes away with it. 25-22, Beloit trails Southeast by 3. Here's Teachins for that 3, and she knots it up. And they're also going to call a foul inside, away from the shot. Teachins with 5 as that 3-pointer will count. And they're going to call a foul on Beloit, which will result in a 1-and-1 going the other way for Southeast of Saline.
We hear Coach Flax talk about all the time. Flow of the game has just been non-existent with two teams that thrive with flow of the game. I mean, and 2 teams that play a good game. They're taught well defensively. We're just not seeing that flow right now.
Maddie Harris misses the front end of a 1-and-1. Score will remain tied. She had a chance to break that tie. 36 seconds left to go. Remus comes across the timeline, now plays to Teachins. Southeast defense picking up in intensity. Clock down to 26. High post now to Knight. She turns and will score. Lene Knight scores again as she has 6 here in this quarter. 27-25. It's a 2-point lead for Beloit, their biggest of the half. Southeast of Saline has a chance for the last shot here. Here's Castleman set up off the screen for 3. Too strong, no good. Slazner trying to get the rebound, and they're going to say it's a jump ball situation. Southeast will have the ball with 1.8 seconds to inbound underneath their own basket. Beloit will get Miley Brown out. She has 2 fouls. Here's Harris to Castleman. Step back 2. She never had her feet underneath her, and that will come up short. And Beloit takes a lead into the locker room at the break. 27-25 our score, and we come back. We'll have numbers from the first half. Also a conversation with Bryson Flax as we look ahead to our second game coming up later this evening. It's a 2-point lead for Beloit over Southeast of Saline at halftime as we enter the Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime report here on KINA.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
And the second free throw is good. The Trojans have called timeout to make some important decisions.
Hi fans, it's Winnell Garrettson from SalinaHomes.com. In every game, there are lots of options to make the right play, and in real estate, the plays can be challenging. Whether you're a first-time buyer, upsizing for the family, investing in rentals or commercial property, or selling land, I have the knowledge to help you win your real estate game. It's sure to be a slam dunk when I serve as your realtor. Buy or sell, call Winnell.
This is the Trojan Halftime Report. Coming up, a first half recap. Shot at the horn! Stats, interviews, and a look at other area games. Now, let's get back to the gym for Trojan Halftime on KINA.
Back here on the Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime report, 27-25, Beloit leading Southeast of Saline. As we hit the intermission break, time now for our conversation with Bryson Flax, head coach of the Southeast of Saline Trojans. And Coach, pretty good week for you last week. You get the big victory in Salina over Sacred Heart, and then you were able to beat Chapman at home on Friday night, 73-25. Let's look at that game against Chapman. What do you like most about that game? I know it's kind of hard to take some things away from that game, but that was still a team, a 4A school, and whatever. But man, that 13-0 start really helped a lot.
It really did, and really I thought from start to finish we were as locked in defensively as we've been, and they struggle to score, but you know when we look at positioning on the floor and where we're supposed to be away from the basketball, I thought we were really good, and you know we got to continue to be good at that, you know, especially this evening and when you go further on down the road.
We talked a little bit in pregame about a winless team being a dangerous team, but also I think the first 3 minutes of that game will also often determine what kind of effort you get out of the other team too, won't it?
Yeah, it will, and we wanted to come out and have a good start, you know, and Chapman's just, they're going through some stuff, you know, they're just not real skilled currently, but we did a nice job of being locked in, and sometimes when you see that, you know, a 0 for record or not a good record, you can kind of get comfortable. And I really didn't think we got in to too many stretches where we were comfortable. I thought we attacked well, thought we made good decisions, and then ultimately we're able to have some success.
It's always fun when you can go to your bench and almost everybody that hits the floor is able to score for you. 12 different Trojans in the scoring column for you. And things were also spread out pretty good. We talked about Drake Augustine in the postgame. He had one of his best nights scoring with 11 points. Eli and Nakari, you know, they combined for 27. It wasn't a lot of the load, but it was enough that other guys could come along and get in the sidecars, so to speak. That helps morale, doesn't it? I mean, when you can look down at a kid and he just got into a game Friday night, you might need him tonight. knowing that he has the confidence that he can come into a varsity game and score, no matter what the time or score is, it really helps.
Yeah, I hope so. And again, Drake's gotten good shots, and he's had a little issue converting them sometimes, but he's done a good job of getting himself in a position to score. So it was really good for him. And you rewind to Tuesday night with Danny. Same thing. He was going through some stuff, and it was good to see some shots go in, and now we need Kaysen to see some shots go in, and because we need those guys down the stretch. In addition to what they give us defensively, we really need them to be a threat offensively as well.
Let's look at this Beloit team. You're on the road here tonight for a league contest, also with Beloit in the sub-state that you share that comes all to fruition at Minneapolis. This game was a long time ago. It was your third game of the season. You went 2-1 after winning that game. You get a 20-point win, but how much can you really take from that game?
I think we can take a little bit from it. One thing, though, that Beloit did, they turned it over a little bit on post entries, especially. But really, when we were looking at it, we didn't give their shooters many opportunities to hit shots. I thought we did a really good job being in position and closing out hard on them, and they hit the ones that were open. I think the Burks kid was like 3 out of 4 or something like that, and he just didn't get a lot of looks, and that's a positive, and we can kind of start on the defensive end when we start a game plan, but a lot of that stuff will translate. It will carry over to tonight. Same sort of philosophy, and we're just going to have to get after it because they're going to be more challenging than they were the first time.
If I remember correctly, this is a team that does like to shoot the long ball, and does that kind of help you a little bit as long as you're able to rebound? Because we all know longer shot, longer rebound, and sometimes that can spark your transition game.
Yeah, definitely. And with the Beisner kid inside, they really try and clear out the backside for him, and if you sit on the backside help, then they can skip the ball pretty quick, and their guys are always shot ready. But definitely if we hit the glass, I like our opportunities to get out and run and transition. But at the same time, they're more physical, they're playing better, and so it's not gonna come as easy. We're gonna have to work for it.
Right now, Beloit's setting in the sub-state standings in the 2 spot. You currently hold the number 1 spot. What do you want to see from your guys tonight?
I really want to see us get after it defensively again. And I know I sound like a broken record when I keep saying that, but we've shown a lot of signs of being really good defensively, and we're not there yet. But I think if we continue to trend in the direction we're going, I think we could, hopefully in the next few games tighten some things up and be a really good defensive team, but then also I want to see our shot selection be good. We need to be efficient against these guys. They're going to zone us some. They've been pressing more, so we need to be efficient with it.
Good luck to you. We'll talk to you after the game.
Thanks, Devin.
Bryson Flax, head coach of the Southeast of Saline Trojans. His guys tonight taking on Beloit here in Beloit's home gym. That is coming up, game number 2 of our doubleheader tonight. Halftime of the girls contest, 27-25. 90-second timeout. Beloit leads it by 2. We'll back with final numbers from the first half and the start of the third quarter. Knauf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime report when we come back here on KINA.
Knauf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knauf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knauf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knauf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans. Maybe you don't play quarterback or make the highlight reel. Maybe you're not a high school athlete anymore. But just like an athlete, you can get first-class orthopedic care from Saline Ortho. Their doctors and staff strive to get you back to an injury-free, pain-free life as quickly as possible. Saline Ortho has a doctor on call 24/7 for all orthopedic injuries. So next time you're injured, trust the experts at Saline Ortho. Your voice, your choice, past, present, and future. See them online at salineortho.com.
CanEquip's Service Advantage Preseason Readiness Optimization Program is going on now. Get the best prices of the year on inspections, plus 12-month parts warranties, special financing backed by genuine Case IH parts, and instant rebates on lubricant and filter purchases. Go to CanEquip.com and click on the Service Advantage banner to see all the savings, or visit them at CanEquip in Salina. Terms and conditions apply.
Can equip you.
Work hard, play hard. Good luck, Trojans, from Roselawn Memorial Park in Salina. To learn more, visit roselawnsalina.com.
Back just about ready to start third quarter action. Southeast of Saline trailing Beloit by 2. Southeast, they don't have anybody over 7 points, but they have a lot of people chipping in. Avery Castleman leads the way with 7 points. Brielle Potachik, also Mallory Pearson with 4. 3 points from Carson Slazner and Lexi Jacobson. 2 points from Maddie Harris and Reagan Getz. For the Beloit Lady Trojans, all their scoring in the starting 5. 8 points from Addison Budke, 7 points Peyton Remus, 6 points Lene Knight, 5 points Tatum Teachins, and a single point from Miley Brown. Southeast of Saline, 3 of 6 from the free throw line. They have been outscored at the free throw line by Beloit, who has outscored them by 5. They are 8 out of 11. Twice as many turnovers for Beloit. They have 10. Southeast of Saline has 5. Tyler, your new image audio, keys to success for Southeast of Saline to come from behind and grab this one on the road.
Well, Devin, it's a Tuesday night in Beloit. I mean, there's a reason why Beloit is, this is a tough place to play. You get hit outside shots, where we're seeing everything, and you can, the officiating's been suspect, but if you can't hit outside shots, this is Southeast. It's a tough team to, it's a tough win to ever have. So you got to start hitting your outside shots. Harris dial up a 3, misses it right there. Continue to hit the boards, hit the outside shots, get points in transition. 50-50 ball to Beloit.
Harris came in, tried to follow her shot, and the contest for the basketball was awarded to Beloit. Southeast has had some success this year in a few games that they've been behind at halftime. They're actually 2-1 when trailing at the break. So this is a team that we know they're going to play all the way through to the end. Here's another turnover for Beloit. It's a steal for Maddie Harris. Maddie now will bring it across and work her way to the right-hand side. Castleman's over there. Slazner sets on the left. Yannikopoulos and Pearson, high post right now on the elbows. Castleman will swing a left-hand side to Carson Slazner. Back over to Avery. Long-distance 3. That won't go. And a ball off the back of the rim taken in by the Beloit Lady Trojans. 1 minute into the second half.
When you've seen an early emphasis to try to get wide open threes. Both plays are dialed up. You've seen 2 missed threes from Southeast Saline. Really good defense from Slazner on Budke going the other way. Yannikopoulos, Pearson, a lot of contact. No foul called. You've seen an emphasis to hit the 3. It's not there. They're going to continue to try that. I mean, Shauna Smith knows that's a huge part of their game.
So inbounds underneath their own basket for Southeast of Saline. They've had very many of these opportunities. We always talk about the inbounds offense for the Lady Trojans pretty strong. So see what they can do here. Harris fakes it to the right, now comes back left. Yannikopoulos, she'll snap the crossover, try to take Budke to the baseline, but she is shut off. Now to Slazner on the drive, and a foul will be called that will send Carson Slazner to the free throw line.
And we've now seen Carson do that a couple times. Carson gets the ball on the perimeter. Carson kind of understands that the outside shots aren't falling, drives to the basket. Looks like she was scraped across the face. And that was earlier, where there was no whistle. So you bring in Brielle Potachik to shoot the free throws, which we'll talk about this after the free throws. You know what? Jay Billis said it last night. We have nothing to do with the free throws being shot. If you're going to bring somebody in, I want Brielle Potachik to shoot my free throws. If I ever get injured, I want you to do that, Devin. Bring in Brielle for my free throws, please.
First free throw is good. Second one also good. And a great substitution there by Shauna Smith in the Southeast bench, because Brielle Potachik on the season now, 12 of 15 from the free throw line. She's almost 80%.
All day.
She nails them both there as they both went through the net. Here's a
there you go.
Run out and a rebound now. Maddie Harris. She's leading a 2-on-2 break. Try to go across the paint to Avery Castleman. It's going to be tipped and taken away. And that's the first turnover of the half for Southeast of Saline, after the Potachik free throws tied the game at 27.
Well, and you want to see Maddie maybe go up with the left hand, understand the foul trouble situations. What a great play from Lene. We've seen it all night from Lene Knight. A just great hustle to come down, bat that basketball away, and force a possession. an extra possession for Southeast Saline.
Castleman on another three. It misses. Nobody on the backside to rebound for Southeast of Saline. Beloit has it. We go the other way. 2 minutes in to this third quarter. Teachin's with it. She drives into the keyhole. Jump stop. Now she plays it back out to Miley Brown near the center court stripe, way out away from the basket. Back to Teachin's on the right-hand side. She has to deal with Brielle Potacik. She'll play it off now to Remus, who has to deal with the switching defense of Pearson and Yannikopoulos. Beloit still looking here. Everybody above the free throw line on most positions for Beloit. And now a drive and a score by Peyton Remus. And that's what that offense opens up, right?
Yeah, it really does. You just bring everybody up high, and Remus is so good going to the baseline. You see Potacik drive the baseline herself. Shot contested by Budke as Potacik misses the shot.
29-27, Beloit on a three. Tatum Teachins gets her second one of the night. She now has 8. 32-27. It's a 5-point lead as Beloit sprints out on their biggest margin. Slazener still on the bench. Just as I say that, she gets up along with Reagan Getz. She will check into the contest. Southeast of Saline had the ball batted out of bounds. They will keep it along their own baseline. 5:05 left to go here in the third. 37-32. Beloit leads it. Maddie Harris on the inbounds. Plays it to Reagan Getz. Now out to Slazener. A little heel kick. She'll go to the right-hand side on a couple of dribbles. Now skip pass back to Harris. Now Potacik has it. Back over to Getz. She'll try a three. Top of the circle. That one no good, but Slazener inside for 2. We talk about the scoring being down for Carson Slazener almost unfairly because you look, she leads the team in offensive rebounding.
No, everything else Carson does. And I have a feeling Carson could lead this team in scoring if she really wanted to. It's just Carson understands that there's more important roles if you want to win, have an opportunity to hang banners and win titles. That's why she does what she does.
Inside Budke, she turns and she scores over the top. Southeast there late defensively as Addison Budke now in double digits with 10. Southeast down the floor. Gets for 3. She got one. The first three-pointer of the game for Southeast of Saline, and it's dialed up by Reagan Getz on the right-hand side. It's a 2-point game.
And you wonder if that kind of opens the lid now. Like, now you exhale. And you always wonder, what happens if you just don't hit the threes like you have every single night? And then when it's a Tuesday night in Beloit, things like that happen.
3-second call in the lane against Beloit. Randomly out of nowhere. That'll be the 4th turnover for the Lady Trojans here on their home floor. They have 14 for the contest. Southeast, meanwhile, just has 6 miscues.
And, Devin, that's a tough call. Addison Budke was not planted anywhere near. I don't know who that was called on, but Budke was moving her way around the lane. Tough call.
Yannikopoulos, right-hand side, now inside to Jacobson, who's into the game. Jacobson got bumped off her path, whatever the path there was with all that contact. Beloit now with the rebound on the floor, and they're going to give Beloit a timeout with no possession. Shauna Remus gets a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll have to breathe and think about this. 34-32, Beloit still retaining their 2-point lead. They had the break. 3:39 left to go here in the third quarter. Take a 30-second timeout. Back with more basketball here on KINA.
Gabe with Sage Products in Salina, offering industrial-strength products that get the job done right. We are featuring hospital-grade disinfectant sprays, wipes, and hand sanitizers to keep you safe this time of year. We carry toilet paper with a large assortment of hand towels. Check out our private line of colorful products like Mom's Streak-Free Glass Cleaner or our friendly Amazing Green Bowl Cleaner. Go online to sageselects.com. Visit our 9th Street location in Salina or call 309-1919.
This is Trojan basketball on KINA.
Out of the timeout, Beloit has the basketball. 3:35 left to go here in this third quarter. 34-32, homestanding Lady Trojans of Beloit with the lead. They'll swing it left-hand side. Miley Brown likes the 3. She dials it up. It's an air ball, no good. Lexi Jacobson takes the rebound for Southeast of Saline. Slazener back the other way to Reagan Getz. Getz crosses over on a defender, and a scoop shot on a finger roll's no good. Yannikopoulos gets hammered from behind, and no foul called there, and the ball comes away to the Beloit Trojans. Here comes Beloit back on the left-hand side. Teachins with it. Now to Brown on the right. They try to get it into Budke, and a textbook steal by Slazener. Cross-court pass up the floor to Yannikopoulos. Layup won't go. Elena on the rebound is good.
Right there, first of all, you saw Slazener just do so many things that she can do right there that nobody else can. Great pass to Yannikopoulos, who misses the first layup, then goes up strong, gets her own rebound, a lot of contact. Great finish from Yannikopoulos.
Brown on a long 2. That's no good. Budke amongst 3 Lady Trojans. gets the rebound and scores. Brielle Potacik with it now on the right. Beloit leading 36-34. Jacobson, high post, now to Slazner. She wants baseline, gets inside, dumps it off to Potacik. A lot of contact on both Slazner and Potacik, and it goes back the other way without a whistle. And boy, we went from foul palooza in the first half. Now we've only had one foul called here in the second half, and it's both ways.
And you see Shauna Smith just put her hands in the air like she doesn't know what to do. I mean, but you see both players attack the bucket just like you're supposed to do, and no foul was called. Interesting to see where this basketball ends up.
Beloit now on an air ball will shoot it out of bounds. It'll be awarded to Southeast of Saline.
And Devin, I think that's the biggest point. Like, you never, especially from the radio, we've got a very easy job. We're just trying to tell you what the game is like. We never want to be the officials. We understand their job is extremely difficult. It's a completely different officiated game right now than it was in the first half. That's difficult to coach and to play in. Mm-hmm. It's so tough.
Here's Maddie Harris with it, top of the circle. Now to Castleman. Backdoor cut Slazner. She gets inside Teachins, and she's knocked over the head from behind. Slazner will go to the free throw line, and a beautiful little play there up top by the Southeast of Saline guards. Carson Slazner will toe the free throw line with under 2 minutes left to go here in the third. That foul on Tatum Teachins is her second. Free throw by Slazner's missed.
One we've talked about this before. This is the Trojans' bugaboo. I mean, if you look at their free throw percentage of games lost, it's not pretty. You got to hit these, especially on the road, as Slazner hits a second.
1 of 2 from the free throw line. Remember, her other 2 free throws were gifted to Brielle Potacik, who got those early on in this half. 36-35, back within 1 is Southeast of Saline. Trying to turn their attention now and their intensity back up on defense. 90 seconds left to play in the third. Mallory Pearson picks up a loose ball that Peyton Remus lost. Turnover number 6 for Beloit. Pearson brings it up the left-hand sideline. Stumbled a little bit in front of the scorers table. Now she gets it to Avery Castleman, who travels as she gets into the lane.
Yeah, right there. It looked like Castleman, she didn't know if she wanted to pass the ball out or kind of drive once she got to the top of the key. Got called for the carry right there. Avery just a little crossed up. Not a problem right there. You see Potacik come in for Jacobson. Really solid call from the officials. As we've not back to them, just kind of questioned their different game calling from the first half.
1 point lead here for Beloit. They go to Budke. She curls, wants to get to the rim. Shot on the left-hand side, no good. Good defense there by Slazner. Backside rebound, taken in by Potacik. Brielle will stop. Pop from 3. She got it to go and reclaims the lead for Southeast of Saline. Southeast up by 2 on the strength of that Potacik 3. High post once again to Budke. She'll kick it out to Miley Brown. 52 seconds left to go here in the third. Castleman playing defense on Teachins. Now Remus with it. A crowd. Pearson on the ground. Has the basketball.
No!
And a timeout for Shauna Smith. Shauna Smith called a timeout for Southeast of Saline to save that possession as Mallory Pearson went on the ground and didn't really have a clean outlet for anybody to go to. And we'll keep it right here. 43 seconds left to play in the third. Again.
And just diving bodies everywhere. It looked like your color guy's horrible, by the way. Diving bodies everywhere. I thought they were going to call it an alternate possession. The ball was always cleanly with Southeast Saline. But you can tell how valuable this possession is right now. 43.8 seconds left. This might be one of those where you just see play for a last shot. I don't know, try to establish something. The bizarre factor, after talking about so many fouls in the first half, there's been 2 called right now. So nobody's in foul trouble. It's not like you're going to try to establish, to get anybody in foul trouble anywhere with a possession. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be a fun 8 minutes and 35 seconds left of this game.
Southeast has it right now. Their first possession with a lead here in the third quarter. Here's Slazner with it. She'll kick it out to Maddie Harris. Harris pulls up to the elbow, looked at the rim. It's clear now Southeast of Saline playing for the last shot. Here's Potacik with it. Now to Slazner. She gives it right back to Brielle. 17 seconds left. Potacik tried to turn in the corner. She's going to have it taken away. And the third turnover of the second half for Southeast of Saline. Beloit has it with 9 seconds left to play. Teachins with it up top. Still about 5 feet behind the three-point line. Clock down to 3. Clock down to 2. They go to Budke, who throws it up at the buzzer. And that was a mismanaged possession by the Beloit Lady Trojans at the end of that quarter. So Southeast of Saline flips 2. They go from trailing by 2 to leading by 2. As we go to the fourth and final quarter, 38-36. Southeast of Saline leads it by a bucket. Back with more Southeast of Saline basketball is brought to you by Salina Ortho.
Suburban Appliance Center is your official dealer for Traeger grills. Check out this 6-in-1 versatile unit that grills, bakes, smokes, roasts, braces, and barbecues. Suburban is your exclusive dealer for the Traeger Timberline series, and they have your Traeger spices too. Suburban Appliance Center, they are locally owned and they offer appliance brands like Amana, KitchenAid, Whirlpool, and of course Maytag. Suburban also offers exceptional service. Suburban Appliance Center, 1900 South 9th.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Southeast of Saline out of the timeout, has the first possession. Castleman from 3, daggers it home. It's a 5-point lead for Southeast of Saline as Avery Castleman now in double digits with 10. That's her first tray of the night.
Devin, you talk about confidence in your go-to players. See, great defense forces the over and back right there. It's confidence in Avery Castleman. She has not shot the ball well tonight from outside the arc. I don't know how many misses we have her for, but you see the first possession into the fourth quarter. Shauna Smith knows exactly who her sniper is, gets her open for 3, and Avery drills it.
She was not towing the line either. She was out there quite a ways. Here's Potacik on a guarded 3.
Here we go.
Splashed it home. Boy, Potacik was all bottled up on the right-hand side, but she has no fear. She now has 12. Well, all that 10-point business every single game, right? She's going to get more than that every game now, it appears. Beloit down low, though, as Thompson turns and scores. That is the first bench points of the night for Beloit.
Yeah, and you saw Thompson right there establish really, really good position. Nice finish from Thompson on Slazener.
44-38 our score. Here's Slazener for 3. In and out, no good. That could have went 3 in a row for Southeast of Saline. Lady Trojans here of Southeast still leading by 6. Here's Remus down the paint. She can't get her layup to go.
There you go, Brielle.
And now a foul. That'll go the other way. Brielle Potacik had position on the inside, and it'll end up being a rebounding foul against Beloit.
Well, Devin, what started that entire thing is Chase Gilpin busted her backside back down. She created a tough finish for Beloit. You saw a couple of misses, and then Brielle Potacik gets great positioning, for that foul to be called. But it all started with Gilpin.
Yeah.
I mean, Gilpin hustled down there, created a difficult opportunity. So when you have 9 players just buying in, great things are going to happen.
Gilpin inside, going at Thompson, missed the shot, got her own rebound, goes to the other side, can't score. Just no help in there, though, for Chase Gilpin as we go back the other way. Long pass to the right-hand side. Tatum Teachins has it now to Remus. Three-pointer, splashes through. Peyton Remus has 12.
You talk about a player that doesn't look like a freshman anymore. Peyton Remus is going to be a problem for people.
Castleman wanted the answer. That one will rattle in and out, hit the backboard, now come off to Beloit. 44-41. Southeast of Saline had a brief 8-point lead. Now a steal by Avery Castleman.
Hey, Devin,
turnovers.
Devin, how about Castle? No, someone's going to lose their mind on the Southeast side right now.
Hopefully the officials get together and work through this, because Castleman had the ball poked away. She went and picked it up and then started dribbling, and they're still going to give it to Beloit. That's crazy. The defender poked the ball away. Avery went and picked the ball up. Starts a new possession, right?
Yeah, Hey, what you want to give Avery a compliment for? Missed the 3, comes back, sprints. Yana Koplis called for the foul right there with the hands inside. And again, this is you have to play tough on the road. This is a road game, weeknight. How do you respond?
Sandra Thompson inside. Fouled shooting by Elena Yanakopoulos. For Elena, that is her 3rd foul. For Southeast of Saline, she is the first player to have that many. Everybody else has 2, 1, or none. First free throw is up and good by Thompson. 3 points for her all in this 4th quarter. Has a chance to make it a 1-point game with this one. 5:55 left to go. Second free throw dialed up, also good. Beloit tonight, 10 of 13 from the free throw line.
Oh, my goodness.
Southeast nearly threw it away. Brielle Patacic will pick it up. Now a foul will be called here against Peyton Remus. That is just her first.
And it looked like Remus just kind of tripped. That was just a bizarre play. People were falling. People were going down. Remus called for a second.
Slazner sets inbound. She's out there with Patacic, Yanakopoulos, Getz, and also Avery Castleman. Avery has it on the left-hand side. She'll collect the defense. Kick it out to Brielle. Three-pointer is good. Brielle almost Steph Curry'd that ball. She was turning around, running the other way. By the time it went through, it felt so good. Back to a 4-point Southeast lead. The sophomore Patacic coming up big.
Check her pulse. Check her pulse when games get tough. Brielle's just, she's different. I mean, she just steps up. There's nothing phases her. Defensively, she's an absolute havoc, and you can't give her any room to breathe for an open shot.
She's been good on every night, but lately here, it's been Tuesday nights. Remember, she set a new career high inside in Salina, then broke that Friday night against Chapman. She is off to another career high as Tatum Teachins providing that three-point threat for Beloit here in this second half. She has 3 3-pointers in the game, 2 of them coming here in this half. Back to a 1-point game. Slazner inside will draw the foul. Carson Slazner will step to the free throw line. She has 6.
Well, I'll tell you right now, give me Patacic and Teachums all night. This is a fun matchup watching these two young guns go back and forth.
Now the table has Peyton Remus for 4 fouls.
It was 2 a foul ago, and now 4. Maybe they can't keep up with the whistles being blown.
I don't think that's right.
Maybe we should not argue this one.
First free throw by Slazner's good. Let's concentrate on that. Second one comes off the front of the rim and rebounded by Tatum Teachins. High post. Thompson has it. She's trying to run over Elena Yanakopoulos. Elena there defensively, but she's going to get tagged with the foul anyway.
Yeah, it's tough. It looked like Elena had pretty good defensive up on top, and they're calling Elena for a third right there.
She has 4.
Yeah, there's a lot of miscommunication going on, but tough. You got it. Wow.
Loose ball. Pearson will pick
I don't
it
think
up.
people know how to play defense right now. Like, that's the difficult issue is
they don't know what
whistles
to do,
change the game. Yes.
Now they're going to change it and say it is 4 fouls against Yanakopoulos as a ball slapped out of bounds by Lene Knight.
You're seeing gun-shy players.
Yep. The mechanics of this game are just all discombobulated and has nothing to do with the players. It's how the game is being managed, not only on the floor by the officials, but also at the table.
Oh, wow.
Here's a leaner inside. Brielle Patacic nearly got that one to go down, up amongst the trees, and now a foul will be called in transition against Southeast of Saline. For Southeast, it'll be their 3rd team foul.
Yeah, look at Mallory Pearson right there. Just got caught up as the ball is getting outlet. Just put her hands up, kind of got the body involved. And a really good job from Remus. Remus understands the basketball game, understands the body was coming into her, drew the foul really well.
48-46, 4:07 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Teachins wanted the 3. Castleman there to close her down. Miley Brown will pull the trigger from the left-hand side. That one's no good. Long rebound. Ends up in a run out to Mallory Pearson, who hands it off to Castleman. Avery on the right-hand side will slam on the brakes. Now middle of the floor, Reagan gets down towards the baseline. Kick out, Castleman for 3. Too strong, no good. And the fight for the rebound is going to be won by Miley Brown and Beloit.
Tell you what, give Miley Brown a lot of credit. That was a tough rebound to grab right there. It was in between 2 Southeast Saline Trojans. Nice rebound from Brown.
Timeout, a full timeout taken by Beloit. 3:39 left to play. Here in this one, 48-46, Southeast of Saline. Take a full timeout. Back with more Trojan basketball after this.
At home or on the road, K4 Garage will keep you moving. With over 12 years of mechanic experience, owner Nick Trout will diagnose and repair your engine to keep you in the game. Full service gas, diesel, or tires. K4 Garage also has a fully stocked convenience store with snacks and drinks. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 6, Saturday from 9 until 3. Trust K4 Garage with keeping you on the road. And if it has oil, they can change it at K4 Garage in Gypsum.
Exit 14 Restaurant in Gypsum, Kansas is cooking up something amazing today. Whether you want to order from our menu or try one of our delicious daily specials, try one of their scrumptious desserts. Exit 14 is open for lunch Tuesday through Saturday 11 to 2 and 5 to 9 Thursday through Saturday. Head out to try Prime Rib Night last Saturday of the month and open for Chicken Dinner Day on the first Sunday of the month. Exit 14, 512 Maple in Gypsum, Kansas. Great people, great food, good time.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Out of the timeout, Beloit has the basketball. Southeast of Saline leads it by 2, 48-46. Peyton Remus has it on the right-hand side. She goes down in low. Boy, they got the look they wanted. Addison Butke down on the right-hand block, but the ball bounces off Butke's hands and out of bounds.
Devin, they did. Yeah, that looked like Carson Slater's been there all night. You talk about, the different layers of Carson Slater. She's now guarding the best post player for Beloit. Like, what can Carson Slater not do?
Southeast working the ball around here on offense. Here's a drive by Reagan. Gets in a finger roll. She tried that earlier. Had a really poor angle at the backboard, but this attempt much better. She's able to kiss it off the glass. 3 minutes left to go now. It's a 4-point lead for Southeast of Saline, 50-46. Budke has it top of the key in three-point territory. She'll play it off now to Peyton Remus, who is guarded by Brielle Potacek. Now to Tatum Teachins, who's been a weapon tonight. She drives in, though, for 2-point land. Can't get that one to go. Mallory Pearson wins the battle for the rebound. 2:38 left to go. Slater tried to cross quarter. Not sure if she was going for Harris or Getz, but it's stolen away by Beloit. Boy, had blown possession there by Southeast of Saline, and now a foul called on the floor. That Beloit will have now possession underneath their own basket.
When you see Coach Shauna Smith just pointing to her head right there, I mean, like we said off air, you want to run some offense, especially after a big offensive possession like that. You're up 4. You don't need to force anything. And you see Slazer forces that pass. And it looks like, Potacek's called for the foul on the floor. Really good call right there. Potacek threw a lot of body down there. As you're seeing, ball will be taken on the baseline for Beloit.
They have Brielle Potacek with 3. I only have her with 2. Who knows? I mean, who really knows?
It's tough to keep up with these.
It really is.
With these fellas.
Here's a pass now on the inbound, stolen away by Reagan Getz. Getz had everything but her wallet taken underneath, and now we'll go back the other way as she finally got it to Slazer in good hands. 10 turnovers in the second half by Southeast of Saline, by Beloit. Southeast defense there to help contribute. 2:08 left to play, 50-46. Key possession here. Gets on the drive, rises up, can't get it to go down, and the rebound taken in by Beloit's Cassandra Thompson. Now Remus wants to go back the other way. She'll be checked by Pearson. Teachins is trailing for 3. Boy, how good has she been?
She's on fire.
Tatum Teachins now with her 4th three-pointer. 50-49. Now a 1-point game. That was a huge shot for Beloit. Yanakopoulos on the left-hand side. Southeast of Saline hasn't scored on their last 2 possessions. Now gave up that 3. Here's Maddie Harris wanting to drive. She'll kick it out now. Getz wants to try the triple. Good. Reagan Getz with a dagger on the right-hand side. She has had 5 points in this 4th quarter and now has 10. 1:29 left to go and a full timeout taken by Southeast of Saline. They lead at 53-49 here on KINA.
Maybe you don't play quarterback or make the highlight reel. Maybe you're not a high school athlete anymore. But just like an athlete, you can get first-class orthopedic care from Saline Ortho. Their doctors and staff strive to get you back to an injury-free, pain-free life as quickly as possible. Saline Ortho has a doctor on call 24/7 for all orthopedic injuries. So next time you're injured, trust the experts at Saline Ortho. Your voice, your choice, past, present, and future. See them online at salineortho.com.
Frisbee Construction is a service organization for the commercial grain industry dedicated to giving you the best in planning, the best in quality, and the best of workmanship, and overall the best value for your dollar since 1949. Frisbee Construction specializes in new construction as well as remodel and repair of grain handling facilities throughout the Midwest. Frisbee Construction Company in Gypsum has emergency crews available as needed. For more information, go to frisbeeinc.com.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA.
Out of the timeout, Beloit with the basketball. They trail by 4, 80 seconds left to play. Teachin's with it. Back to the basket. Here's a pass that goes to the mascot's head right in center court, poked away by Southeast of Saline. Peyton Remus will have to run it down, and that cost Beloit about 20 seconds. Clock now down to 1:05. Here's a steal. Maddie Harris. Harris working one-on-one with Budke. Goes to the right-hand side on the crossover, leans and scores. Maddie Harris gets 2, and that might do it here for Southeast of Saline. 55-49, still a minute left to go, but this Southeast defense can really turn it up. Want to watch Tatum Teachins. Right now, Avery Castleman with her. She's been a big three-point shooter. Down low, Thompson gets free. Misses the shot, and that is a bad turn of events for Beloit. Yannikopoulos with the rebound. Now Reagan Getz has it. Southeast has the basketball, leading by 6. 33 seconds left to go. Maddie Harris is fouled. Just the 6th team foul for Beloit. So Southeast of Saline will inbound on the far side.
And Devin, we talked about the lack of whistles. And coaches always say this. Why call it hard in the first half? Because in the second half is when you want to commit the fouls and send them to the free throw line. That's not happening yet. They still have to commit one more foul.
Harris to Potacik. Are they going to send Brielle Potacik to the free throw line?
Brielle,
she gave up the ball. Oh, they called a foul. So Brielle Potacik will go to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. 7th team foul on Beloit with 27 seconds left to go. That foul against Lene Knight is her first. How do we have anybody in this game with just one foul? Brielle Potacik's front into the 1-and-1. Splashes through. She will get the bonus. 7 points in the fourth quarter for Brielle Potacik. She is building a new career high tonight with 16.
That's the thing with Brielle. This career high is just going to keep growing and growing, not just tonight, but she's got a lot of season left. That this career high is going to be exploding, and she buries the dagger.
4 of 4 from the free throw line. They all splash right through the center of the net. 57-49. Southeast back up by their biggest lead of the game, and a foul on a loose ball called against Maddie Harris. Just the 16th foul on Southeast, so not a bad foul there for Maddie Harris. Beloit will inbound on their own baseline.
It's tough to see that loose ball foul. It's good to see Maddie still going for it, understanding the situation, how valuable the basketball is.
Teachins bounces it across the paint to Thompson. Thompson leans and puts it up and in. Cassandra Thompson is the only player on Beloit's squad that has bench points for Beloit in either of the matchups this year. Beloit had 0 bench points in the first meeting in December. Thompson tonight has 6, as she's the only bench scorer for Beloit. 57-51 our score, 14 seconds left to go. The arrow, if there should be a dual possession in favor of Beloit, both teams in the 1-and-1 bonus. And Southeast of Saline, well, they've made shots tonight when it counted. A big, huge three-pointer by Brielle Potacik, a huge three-pointer by Reagan Getz, 2 free throws by Brielle Potacik at the free throw line on that last trip. I have a feeling Southeast is going to have to make a couple more.
Yeah, without a doubt. That's the great thing about coming to this place. I mean, you're battle-tested. If you can come through Beloit, again, on Tuesday night, like Fridays are different. You kind of feel it a little bit different on Fridays. On a Tuesday night, the crowd is always great at Beloit. You start looking at the banners. I mean, there's nothing but success at Beloit. Always a tough place to play. Whistle might not go your way all the time. Shauna Remus had her Trojans ready to play tonight. You're going to have to bury some free throws to put the nail in the coffin with this one.
Avery Castleman will be the inbounder. She's running along the baseline. Running out of time, she finds Carson Slazner. Now back to Castleman. Slazner, though, was fouled before she got rid of the basketball, or in the process of getting rid of the basketball, and Carson will go to the free throw line. It's a 1-and-1 opportunity coming up for Carson Slazner. She is 2 of 4 from the free throw line in this game, 7 points. Addison Budke, guilty of the foul. That's her third. 12 seconds left. Front end of the 1-and-1 is up and good. I'm not sure Beloit was ready to rebound there.
I don't think anybody was. That ball could have just dropped and bounced around for 4 or 5 seconds.
Slazner makes them both. It doesn't matter. But all the Southeast players have been pulled off the lane. It was nothing but Beloit players around the lane, and they were just kind of watching that first free throw by Slazner go up. 59-51, 9 seconds left. Teachin's on the right-hand side to Peyton Remus. Remus kicks it out to Budke. A long 2 off the front lip, no good. And a rebound by Maddie Harris will close it out. Southeast of Saline gets it done here on the road. And now 21 consecutive league wins for Southeast of Saline. And this victory here tonight might have gone a long, long way. It did go a long, long way to tying up the league title for the second consecutive year. 59-51, our final score. Southeast of Saline gets another victory as they down the Beloit Trojans here on the Trojans' home floor in Beloit. We'll be back with postgame. It's brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers. Coming up after this.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire-related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North Ninth, Saline.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
Make Valentine's Day special this year with a trip to Vernon Jewelers in downtown Salina. Low prices throughout the store on things unique to you. A limited line of 2 hearts beating as one pendants, just $1.99. Valentine's Day specials, diamond studs, and custom-made heart-shaped one-of-a-kind items. Financing is available and they're open Monday through Saturday. Vernon Jewelers, 123 South Santa Fe, downtown Salina, where it's the little things that matter. Since 1884.
The name is JJ Lawn Care, but don't let the name fool you. It's not just lawns they care about, it's their customers. JJ Lawn Care is a locally owned business that works with people in and around Salina on more than just lawns. Warm weather is winding down. Fertilizing and winterizing your lawn and removing those pesky leaves can be a real chore. Let JJ Lawn Care come to the rescue for your fescue. Give Jathan a call today at 820-7728. JJ Lawn Care, caring for more than just your lawn.
Don't get caught on empty. Fill up on all your basic needs at Asaria Oil and Hardware. We want to be sure all our Trojans are fueled up for the big game. Whether you're on the field or in the stands, start with a full tank of gas for your car or your belly. Get your favorite pizza and snacks to have enough stamina to get that Trojan win. Asaria Oil and Hardware, located in Asaria at the corner of Center and Main. We'll fill you up.
Time now for the Trojan postgame show on KINA. Stick around for the game recap, final stats, and reaction from the coach. This is Trojan basketball on KINA.
Back here at Beloit High School, a big win for Southeast of Saline's Trojans. On the road, 59-51, the final score. The win for Southeast of Saline now puts them at 7-0 in league play. Their nearest competition is Beloit, now 6-2. Minneapolis came in tonight at 4-2, still with some work to do, but they could make up a little bit of ground to gain there. They still have a game left with Southeast of Saline, but Southeast now has a 2-game lead on the field. 59-51, the final score. Brel Potacik tonight leads all scorers. A new career high for the sophomore, 16 points. 12 of them come in the second half. She had 3 3-pointers in the second half of play. 10 points tonight by Avery Castleman. 10 points for Reagan Getz. 8 of those come in the second half. 9 points tonight for Carson Slazner. 4 points tonight for Maddie Harris. 4 points for Mallory Pearson. 2 points for Lexi Jacobson. For Beloit, 12 points by Peyton Remus and Addison Budke. 14 for Tatum Teachins, who got red hot from the outside. She had 4 3-pointers in this game. 6 points for Lene Knight. 6 points for Cassandra Thompson, and 1 point for Miley Brown. Southeast of Saline, 11 of 16 from the free throw line, while Beloit was 10 out of 13. Beloit tonight with 21 turnovers. And that was really the difference in this game. Southeast of Saline with half as many as 10. You want to talk about another difference in this game, Tyler? Let's talk about bench points, 29-6. The difference from players coming in off the bench and scoring tonight. Southeast of Saline with that advantage. And it's easy to do that when you have Brielle Potacik with a new career high. You have Reagan Getz coming in double digits. You have Alexi Jacobson with a couple off the bench. I mean, it's just, again, what a team effort tonight for Southeast of Saline.
Yeah, and it's starting to become the new normal. I mean, that's a term we all learned about 2 years ago. But this is the new normal of Southeast Saline. You're going to get points from the bench. You just don't know who's going to give it to you. And, we've talked about statement wins. We've talked about, wins and, how well you look and everything like that. This is a win. If you look at records, this is a game that Southeast Saline should have run away with. But if you know high school basketball, you know that coming into Beloit's never easy. And Beloit was exactly what they thought we'd be, exactly what we thought they would be. I mean, Coach Shauna Remus had her Trojans ready to go. Sometimes non-attractive Tuesday night wins on the road are super valuable, and I think tonight Coach Shauna Smith's team learned a lot about themselves. You come here on the road, you get a win when maybe every whistle doesn't go your way, every ball doesn't go your way, your shots aren't falling like they have been, and you see a Brielle Patacic come through, you see a Reagan Getz come through. And when we talk about the bench scoring, you have to emphasize there was a lot of that in the second half. I mean, it was massive. Those points were extremely valuable. And what they did on the defensive side, that's what changed the game. We can talk about Carson Slazener only had 9 points. Carson Slazener also was dealing with Addison Budke all night, was, creating difficult shots for her. I don't know what happens if Carson Slazener's not, inside Addison Budke's hip pocket the entire night.
Could be rebounds. Carson Slazener not only grabbed, but affected.
Yeah.
I mean, she was all over the place, and I don't know how many times Southeast of Saline would take a shot, and here comes Carson Slazener in from the backside from 20 feet away out in three-point land, coming in and grabbing that rebound away from a Beloit player and saving that possession for Southeast of Saline. So another good team win tonight for Southeast of Saline as they're able to go through and get 59 points. 8 different Southeast of Saline players scored in this game, and they were led by our Vernon Jewelers gem of the game tonight, Brielle Patacic, 16 points. It's a new career high for her. We talked about it. She really got sparked, didn't she, with those free throws that didn't belong to her. But Carson Slazener got some blood or some type of injury. She couldn't shoot him. They take Slazener out. They put Patacic in. She goes 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Then here comes a three-pointer. Then to start the fourth quarter, a guarded three on the right-hand side. She gets another three later in the game that puts Southeast of Saline from a 1-point lead to a 4-point lead. Reagan Getz did the same thing. She was able to keep that gap there. Beloit never led in this fourth quarter. As competitive as this game sounded, Southeast of Saline was able to get the lead by 8 a couple of times. They got it trimmed down to 4, even down to 1 at one time. But Beloit was never able to lead in this fourth quarter, and that was the key tonight for Southeast of Saline. 59-57, our final score. Once again, Brielle Patacic, our Vernon Jewelers gem of the game, with 16 points. I want to go over Southeast of Saline scoring again because I think I might have jumbled some up here. So let's go over those girls again. Brielle Patacic, again, 16 points. 10 points for Avery Castleman, 10 points for Reagan Getz, 9 points for Carson Slazener, 4 points for Maddie Harris, and 4 points for Mallory Pearson, 3 points for Lexi Jacobson, and 2 points for Elena Yanakopoulos. Again, the Lady Trojans of Southeast of Saline tonight, 11 of 16 from the free throw line. I think what also might have flipped this game a little bit, I know it sure helped, was free throw shooting. You look at the first half, Beloit had a 2-point lead. They had a 5-point advantage at the free throw line. Well, all of a sudden, you look at the final numbers of this game, and again, you don't expect officials to be perfect. You do expect them to be somewhat consistent, but you do expect everything also to even out, right? So finally, you look at this game, 16 attempts for Southeast, 13 attempts for Beloit, 11 makes for Southeast, 10 makes for Beloit. It wasn't a huge advantage at the free throw line that decided this game. They were pretty even at the stripe. It was plays that were made while the game was going on.
Yes, without a doubt. And you can talk about, the plays that were made and the whistles that weren't blown. But at the end of the day, if you're put, on the free throw line, you have to make the free throws. And that's one thing that we didn't see early on from Southeast Saline. And we discussed that as kind of the bugaboo that's gone on with Southeast in their losses. How about just gathering your composure and keeping your heads when the whistles aren't going your way? And that's what I thought Southeast did a really good job of. They stayed composed. We might not have stayed composed, myself, especially the fans might not have, but I think Coach Shauna Smith and her coaching staff did a really good job of staying composed despite the whistles and how they were being blown.
So it was a victory for Southeast of Saline, 59-51. They now have a 2-game cushion in league play, 13-3 overall, 7-0 in league play. We will talk to Shauna Smith at halftime of the boys' contest. 59-51, that'll do it. Brielle Patacic, our Vernon Jewelers gem of the game. We are about 14 minutes away now from the start of the guys' contest. Coming up, we'll take a break, and then we will revisit a conversation we have with Bryson Flax earlier on. It's all coming up as we turn the corner for the boys' contest. Countdown to tip-off, brought to you by L&L Advisors, is next here on KINA.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach, right off Crawford, and their second location in the Central Mall in Salina, and a new location in McPherson, based on honesty and trust. Contact L&L Advisors today.
And the second free throw is good. The Trojans have called timeout to make some important decisions.
Hi, fans. It's Winnell Garrettson from SalinaHomes.com. In every game, there are lots of options to make the right play, and in real estate, the plays can be challenging. Whether you're a first-time buyer, upsizing for the family, investing in rentals or commercial property, or selling land, I have the knowledge to help you win your real estate game. It's sure to be a slam dunk when I serve as your realtor. Buy or sell, call Winnell.
Kansas Wesleyan University offers great nursing education options with a BS major in nursing and an RN to BSN program. KWU recently opened a brand new $5 million nursing education center that features state-of-the-art simulation rooms and next-generation classroom equipment designed to take the educational experience to the next level. Wonderful scholarships and opportunities to gain experience are available. Want to know more? Check out kwu.edu/nursing today. That's kwu.edu/nursing.
Salina Regional's Orthopedic and Sports Medicine is your home field advantage. Our physicians include sports medicine physician Dr. Matthew Pyle, along with orthopedic surgeons Drs. Travis Rump, Todd Riley, and Timothy Hawks, plus an A-team of certified athletic trainers and physical therapists. We're ready when you need us to help prevent injuries, enhance performance, or to heal through surgery and rehabilitation. For area athletes to weekend warriors, the home field advantage starts at Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Time now for our conversation with Bryson Flax, head coach of the Southeast of Saline Trojans. And, Coach, pretty good week for you last week. You get the big victory in Salina over Sacred Heart. And then you were able to beat Chapman at home on Friday night, 73-25. Let's look at that game against Chapman. What do you like most about that game? I know it's kind of hard to take some things away from that game, but that was still a team, a 4A school, and whatever. But, man, that 13-0 start really helped a lot.
It really did, and really I thought from start to finish we were as locked in defensively as we've been, and they struggled to score, but, you know, when we look at positioning on the floor and where we're supposed to be away from the basketball, I thought we were really good, and you know, we got to continue to be good at that, you know, especially this evening and when you go further on down the road.
We talked a little bit in pregame about a winless team being a dangerous team, but also I think the first 3 minutes of that game will also often determine what kind of effort you get out of the other team too, won't it?
Yeah, it will, and we wanted to come out and have a good start, you know, and Chapman's they're going through some stuff, you know, they're just not real skilled currently, but we did a nice job of being locked in. And sometimes when you see that, you know, a 0 for record or not a good record, you can kind of get comfortable. And I really didn't think we got in to too many stretches where we were comfortable. I thought we attacked well, thought we made good decisions, and then ultimately we're able to have some success.
It's always fun when you can go to your bench and almost everybody that hits the floor is able to score for you. 12 different Trojans in the scoring column for you. And things were also spread out pretty good. We talked about Drake Augustine in the postgame. He had one of his best nights scoring with 11 points. Eli and Nakari, you know, they combined for 27. It wasn't a lot of the load, but it was enough that other guys could come along and get in the sidecar, so to speak. That helps morale, doesn't it? I mean, when you can look down at a kid and he just got into a game Friday night, and you might need him tonight, knowing that he has the confidence that he can come into a varsity game and score, no matter what the time or score is, it really helps.
Yeah, I hope so. You know, and again, Drake's gotten some good shots, and he's had a little issue converting them sometimes, but he's done a good job of getting himself in a position to score. You know, so it was really good for him, and you know, you rewind to Tuesday night with Danny. Same thing. He was going through some stuff, and it was good to see him see some shots go in, and you know, now we need Kaysen to see some shots go in, and because we need those guys down the stretch. You know, in addition to what they give us defensively, we really need them to be a threat offensively as well.
Let's look at this Beloit team. You're on the road here tonight for a league contest, also with Beloit in the sub-state that you share that comes all to fruition at Minneapolis. This game was a long time ago. It was your third game of the season. You went 2-1 after winning that game. You get a 20-point win, but how much can you really take from that game?
I think we can take a little bit from it. One thing, though, that Beloit did, they turned it over a little bit on post entries, especially. But really, when we were looking at it, we didn't give their shooters many opportunities to hit shots. I thought we did a really good job being in position and closing out hard on them. And they hit the ones that were open. I think the Birds kid was like 3 out of 4 or something like that, and he just didn't get a lot of looks, and that's a positive. And we can kind of start on the defensive end when we start a game plan, but a lot of that stuff will translate. It will carry over to tonight. Same sort of philosophy, and we're just going to have to get after it because they're going to be more challenging than they were the first time.
If I remember correctly, this is a team that does like to shoot the long ball. And does that kind of help you a little bit as long as you're able to rebound? Because we all know longer shot, longer rebound, and sometimes that can spark your transition game.
Yeah, definitely. And with the Beisner kid inside, they really try and clear out the backside for him. And if you sit on the backside help, then they can skip the ball pretty quick, and their guys are always shot ready. But definitely if we hit the glass, I like our opportunities to get out and run and transition. But at the same time, they're more physical. They're playing better, and so it's not gonna come as easy. We're gonna have to work for it.
Right now, Beloit's sitting in the sub-state standings in the 2 spot. You currently hold the number 1 spot. What do you want to see from your guys tonight?
I really want to see us get after it defensively again. And I know I sound like a broken record when I keep saying that, but we've shown a lot of signs of being really good defensively, and we're not there yet. But I think if we continue to trend in the direction we're going, I think we could, hopefully in the next few games tighten some things up and be a really good defensive team, but then also I want to see our shot selection be good. We need to be efficient against these guys. They're going to zone us some. They've been pressing more, so we need to be efficient with it.
Good luck to you. We'll talk to you after the game.
Thanks, Devin.
Bryson Flax, head coach of the Southeast of Saline Trojans. His guys tonight taking on Beloit here in Beloit's home gym.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach, right off Crawford, and their second location in the Central Mall.
For treasured or autographed balls from footballs to golf balls. Go to Full Service Stardust Trophy, 121 South Santa Fe, downtown Salina.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Back here in Beloit, getting ready for the boys' game. After a girls' contest that was really entertaining, 59-51, Southeast of Saline gets the 8-point victory. Shauna Smith and her girls now 13-3 as they look forward now to a game against Minneapolis at home on Friday. On the boys' side, Southeast of Saline comes into this game. They're 6-0 in the NCAA. They're 12-3 overall. Beloit sits in third place in the NCAA. They're 5-2 in league play, 11-5 overall. Southeast of Saline, when they tangled with Beloit about 2 months ago, back in December on the campus of SES, it was a victory for Southeast of Saline, 78-58. Let's step away, take a minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have starting lineups for you and the tip. This boys contest, Southeast of Saline and Beloit, brought to you not only here on KINA, but also with live stream video on SalinaPost.com, presented by Salina Ortho.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach, right off Crawford, and their second location in the Central Mall in Salina, and a new location in McPherson, based on honesty and trust. Contact L&L Advisors today.
For nearly 40 years, Home Automotive Center has taken pride in taking care of the people of our community. And if you're interested in selling your car, we can help you with that too, with the Home Automotive Center buyback program. It's the easiest way to get the best price for your car. So when you're ready to sell, we're ready to buy. Simply bring your car to either dealership in Abilene or Salina, and we'll get you taken care of, because that's what we do best. Get your best price with the Home Automotive Center buyback program in Abilene and Salina. You'll be glad you did.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Back here in Beloit, an 11-5 Beloit team waiting on a Southeast of Saline team that's 12-3. This Beloit team, they've taken 2 losses in the NCAA, so they set a couple of steps off from Southeast of Saline right now. And as we talked about with Bryson Flax, Tyler, this is a team that will also be in contention in the sub-state bracket, and they're still within reach of Southeast of Saline in that #1 seed. Southeast at 12-3, Beloit at 11-5. It's a big, big game right now when you look at both league and also sub-state standings on the guy's side.
Yeah, and when you talk about Beloit passing the eye test, we've seen some of their losses, and they've been a lot closer than maybe the score indicates. They've taken some really good teams deep. They've taken a 5A Hayes team. They've gone toe-to-toe with them. And again, it's Beloit. This is a Beloit team that lacks zero confidence, and they shouldn't lack any confidence. I mean, this is a team they've been to the postseason in all sports. They know exactly what winning takes. This could be a fun matchup. We are the benefactors of a fantastic Tuesday evening, and we're going to see another great matchup tonight with the purple and white Trojans going face-to-face with each other.
Southeast of Saline trying to take another step to winning the NCAA outright for the first time since 2007. They will get it tipped off here against Beloit. We're dragging our feet just a little bit, see when they're going to choose to do starting lineups here. Every gym's different, right?
It is, and right now you can tell student section at Beloit, fantastic.
Yeah, as you said earlier during the girls' contest, a lot of folks out here on a Tuesday. Let's go ahead and rip through these starting lineups right now for you. Beloit 11-5 overall. They're 5-2 in league play. Ryan Eilert is their head coach. Wyatt Brockelman, a 6-foot junior point guard, will be in the starting lineup. 9 points, 2.5 rebounds a game. Caleb Burks is a 6'1 senior, 11.5 points per game, 3.5 rebounds. Owen Eilert, a 6'1 senior, 11 points per game, 6 rebounds. Quinn Eilert, a 6'1 sophomore, 6.5 points per game, 4.5 rebounds. And Bryce Beiser, the big guy in the middle that will draw a lot of attention from Southeast of Saline. He's a 6'5 sophomore, averaging 12.5 points per game and also 6 rebounds. For Southeast of Saline, they will start 4 juniors in the starting lineup. Eli Sawyers is a 6'5 junior, averaging 17 points a game. He leads the team in scoring. He also grabs 6 rebounds and 3 assists. Nakari Moriko Palmer is a 6'2 junior. He averages 12.5 points a game. Leads the team in rebounding, assists, steals, and blocks. He averages almost a double-double with scoring and rebounding. Luke Gebhardt is a 6'1 junior, averages 11 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Daniel Kerr in the starting lineup. He's the only sophomore in the starting 5. 4 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist. And Drake Augustine coming off a new career high, 11 points against Chapman. The 5'10 junior averaging now 5 points a game, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. Southeast of Saline is coached up by Bryson Flex. He's assisted by Trent Douglas and also Joe Ross. Beloit again, coached by Ryan Eilert. He is assisted by Kyle Beisner. And the Beloit Trojans come in 11-5, Southeast of Saline at 12-3. We'll step away. When we come back, we have the tip for you. Southeast of Saline and Beloit. Should be a good one here on KINA.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach, right off Crawford, and their second location in the Central Mall in Salina, and a new location in McPherson, based on honesty and trust. Contact L&L Advisors today.
The Appliance Center. It's where you go to shop for washers, dryers, kitchen appliances, furniture, pellet grills, TVs, and so much more. If you are looking for a local family-owned business, visit the Appliance Center. We're in the big red and white building on South Broadway in Salina. Come experience the Appliance Center difference.
To someone going through a difficult time, a text, a call, or a visit can mean so much. Reach out to the veterans in your life today. Let them know they're not alone. If you're a veteran in crisis or know one who is, visit veteranscrisisline.net for confidential support.
The winter season may be here, but paintball fun is still waiting for you at Elite Sports. Elite Sports Paintball Complex, located 5 miles south of Salina, is open for special winter hours. Get the group together and visit Elite Sports on Saturdays and Sundays this winter from 11 until 4. Elite Sports features low-impact paintballs for the beginners or little ones, so everyone can have more fun. Visit them online at salinapaintballcomplex.com. Elite Sports Paintball Complex, open and waiting for you this weekend.
When termites strike your home or business, you want to fight back with the best. Hasman Termite and Pest Control to the rescue. With over 57 years experience, they offer the best of options, including the new BASF High Precision Injection Treatment. Don't let termites get you down. With one phone call to Hasman's, they can put one in the win column for you. Call Hasman Termite and Pest Control today or visit HasmanTermite.com and follow them on Facebook. Work hard, play hard. Good luck, Trojans, from Roselawn Memorial Park in Salina. To learn more, visit RoselawnSalina.com.
Devin Haney, Tyler Smith, Big Sam Pretty, also Brian Denon providing live stream video on SalinaPost.com. Brought to you by Salina Ortho, southeast of Saline in their road purples, trimmed in white and black. Beloit in their home whites, trimmed in orange and black. In the center circle, Beisner and Sawyers. Tip back will go to Daniel Kerr. He'll play it off the left-hand side. Beloit comes out, man-to-man defense. They'll swing it to the right-hand side. Southeast of Saline will. Nakari Morical-Palmer has it. Now back into the hands of Sawyers. Sawyers now a skip pass through the defense to the right-hand side. Luke Gebhardt with his first touch. Drake Augustine will now have it. Everybody has touched the ball in this first possession for Southeast of Saline. Nakari into the paint. Mid-lane, left-hand side. Got stopped on the dribble. Now he'll have to give it up to Daniel Kerr. Now back over to Nakari. He wants that baseline drive. Forced almost out of bounds. He had to save it back in. And a turnover as Owen Eilert takes it away from Southeast of Saline.
Yeah, and you saw Caleb Burke's really good defense right there, forcing Nakari to the baseline. There was nowhere to go, and Nakari kind of got lost with the turnover.
There's a shot up over Sawyers. Tries Beisner, and Beisner comes away empty on that one. Beloit guys, a lot like their ladies. We talked about that in the first meeting of December. They had one bench point in the loss, 78-58 to Southeast of Saline outside of Gypsum. Again, that was almost 2 months ago. I'm not sure how much we can take from that game because this young Beloit team has gotten much better since, and they have only taken 5 losses on the season. Underneath, here's Daniel Kerr. He's going to try to reverse around it off the window. That's no good. The rebound slapped around a couple of times. Owen Eilert will control it for Beloit. Up the left-hand side of the floor. Here's a 3 in transition from Wyatt Brockelman. That's no good. Now the long rebound is going to be collected by Quinn Eilert, and he is mugged up top as he goes to the rim on the right-hand side. First foul of the game will come up here against Southeast of Saline. Eilert will get free throws. This is Quinn, the sophomore.
Well, Devin, you're 90 seconds into the game, and Eli Sawyers has not touched the ball in the offensive end. And obviously, Beloit's doing a lot about that. That's going to be their complete defensive emphasis is how do we keep the ball out of Sawyers' hands as the first free throw is missed. But if you're Southeast Saline, you got to force feed your guy. You got to figure out the way to get the basketball, and you can't go 90 seconds at any juncture of the game without Eli Sawyers touching the ball.
Quinn Eilert comes up empty at the free throw line, goes 0 for 2. Eli Sawyers has the basketball. He'll bring it up in transition, stops in front of the scorer's table, plays it off to Drake Augustine. Sawyers now has it top of the key. He'll find Luke Gebhardt. Gebhardt a couple of dribbles into the keyhole, and it's up and good. And, it's one of those things, this Southeast of Saline team, Tyler, is so dangerous. You choose to shut somebody off by a conscious choice. Whether it's Nakari or Eli, we see other guys step up and start to light you up a little bit. Danny Kerr did it a week ago to Sacred Heart. We see Luke Gebhardt do it as well. There's other guys on this team that can score, and that's been, so far, the dangerous part about playing Southeast of Saline. Now a foul on Luke Gebhardt after he scores. That'll be the first foul of the game.
Well, yeah, and how about Luke just coming up and shooting the uncontested 15-footer? I mean, it's a free throw. You just come, you have your feet underneath you, you just put the biscuit in the basket, as Luke did right there.
Now a wild drive by Caleb Burks. He gets into the paint, tried to hand it off to a teammate, but turns it over. It's out of bounds. Each team now with a turnover as we are 2:10 into this game. 5:46 left to go, just underway here, first quarter. Live stream video on SalinaPost.com, presented by Salina Ortho. Now a block. Danny Kerr goes to the left-hand side. That's his good side. The southpaw, though, had his shot blocked up high as, again, you have Bryce Beisner in there patrolling the middle, the 6'5" sophomore. Here's a hanging shot into the elbow area, up and no good for Beloit. Southeast of Saline pulls it away. Nakari on the left wing. He'll go to the baseline, now play it back into the paint by Sawyers. Sawyers stripped and stolen away. Here comes the Beloit in transition. With the basketball, Burks. Now back top of the key, Brockelman. Over to Burks, right-hand side. Into the corner now, Eilert. Still man-to-man defense here being applied by Southeast of Saline. Here's a steal by Augustine. Drake Augustine coming down the floor, hanging, shooting, scoring on the left-hand side. Augustine, a good job there in transition after the theft.
Yeah, and what you saw, Augustine did a really good job, just change his pace. If it was an all-out sprint, he was going to be in trouble. Changed his pace, got his feet together, went up strong. A lot of contact, no foul, but great finish from Augustine.
Get a little greedy, don't you, if you see Sawyers and Nakari out there? Because Nakari was trailing that play. You just want to see Augustine just leave it off the board for him for the dunk, right? Here's a miss now by Beloit. Here comes Drake Augustine again. Gets into the middle of the paint, flings it out, left-hand side in the corner, Nakari Moracle-Palmer. Now they'll swing it back around. It ends up in the opposite corner. Sawyers takes custody of it, drags the defender out, now wants to go back at him on the attack. Collects the defense, plays it out. 7 points and a 7-0 lead for Southeast of Saline. It's a 3 by Nakari, a 2 for Drake Augustine, and a 2 for Luke Gebhardt. And again, we see the Southeast team sprint out to a big lead. They do it a lot. They did it 11-0 in the first meeting of these two teams. They did it 13-0 to Chapman on Friday night.
Yeah, and it's a quiet 7 points. I don't know if that's possible, but it's just the way it happens. You play solid defense. All of a sudden, it's a couple passes. You get the easy shot. Nothing's been forced. It's all been pretty easy. It looks like the officials are maybe talking to some of the players, maybe keeping it quiet on the Southeast Saline side, which I love. You're not worried about the 40 great student section members. And it looks like the officials talking to Augustine right there. Augustine gives a thumbs up. He understands what he's got to do. Great student section. Let's have fun. Let everybody interact. It's all in good nature. The student section's been great. Let the players have fun as well.
And it is a good point because it's a 7-0 lead. Now Beloit turns it over, but the defense hasn't given anything up. They haven't done anything spectacular. They're just really solid.
Yeah, without a doubt. What a baseline pass from Palmer right there. His vision's just different as he skips the ball down the baseline. You see Lillian right now for
I think he came in for Daniel Kerr.
Yeah, for Kerr, you see Gebhardt the floater misses. But yeah, now you're just seeing you're going to pull some Trojans in, see what can happen with the bench points.
3 turnovers for Beloit. Southeast couldn't capitalize off the last one. Wyatt Brockelman has it now between the circles in the middle of the floor. 3:28 left to go, first quarter. It is 7-0. Here's the screen and the handoff for a shot that's missed by Quinn Eilert. Southeast of Saline back the other way. Moracle-Palmer in the middle of the floor. Down low on the block, and a foul will be called on Beisner. Beisner's 6'5". We talk about that a lot. Sawyer's listed at 6'5", too. I think from here, Beisner has a little bit of an edge in height, but those two can really go at it. I think Eli's athleticism wins out.
Yeah, without a doubt. And you saw Eli just tease Beisner right there. He caught the ball on the left side, which is where the key was. Drops right foot to the baseline, hits the first free throw. He knew where the contact was going to come from. Eli just baited that entire possession up, and that's where you're seeing the maturity. That's a junior versus sophomore. Great job from Sawyers. He hits the second free throw.
2 free throws for Eli Sawyers. Caden Isaacson now into the game. Sawyers will take a break. As you mentioned, Case and Lilly also back in there. They'll join Luke Gebhardt, Drake Augustine, Nakari Morikel-Palmer as 3 of the remaining 5 starters still on the floor. 9-0 southeast of Saline. 3 minutes left to go, first quarter. A girls' final from the NCAA. Minneapolis beat Ellsworth tonight, 39-29, as we check the Bennington State Bank scoreboard. There's another shot put up, this one by Brockelman, no good. Luke Gebhardt with the rebound. Luke all the way down the floor, kick out Isaacson for 3. Too strong, no good, and the rebound taken up high for Beloit. It's Quinn Eilert with it. 9-0. Beloit. Lob pass inside, Beisner there. That ball was up for grabs. Nakari had it as well as Beisner, and they're going to call a foul.
That's who I would not have called the foul on. It looked like Nakari just attacked the basketball. There was 0 contact from Palmer. I don't know who was on the back side of that. It might have been Isaacson, and Nakari called for the unfortunate foul.
Beloit will have it underneath their own basket. Nakari did get the foul somehow. It's his first personal, 3 team fouls here against southeast of Saline. Had this crew earlier on at home. That's the only crew that has given technical fouls to Bryson Flax this year. Bryson got teed up in that game, and it's the only one that he's had this season, if that tells you anything.
And right there, a foul's called on Drake Augustine. Looked like Drake was trying to retreat right there as the ball handler attacked the bucket. He was trying to get away and he had defensive help. He got tagged for the foul.
Arms go from being crossed in front to now Bryson Flax has hands on his hips. Beisner gets the ball inside and able to score the first Beloit points with 2:20 left to go.
And that gets the crowd involved. Really good finish from Beisner right there, though. He catches the ball in the block. Strong little power dribble. Nice finish from the sophomore.
So Southeast started with a 9-0 lead, and now Nakari Morikel-Palmer goes all Scottie Pippen on him and drops one off the window on the left-hand side.
Without a doubt, he pulled his protractor out. Great angle, went off the board. Great finish from Nakari.
It's all geometry, right? He'd probably be a heck of a pool player. Here's a long 2-pointer, toe on the line by Brockelman. That's going to come up short. Southeast of Saline has it back. 1:45 left to play here, opening quarter. 11-2 is our score. Gebhardt unleashes a 3. That comes up to the left-hand side for Luke. Speaking of Gebhardt, Jake Gebhardt now waiting at the scorer's table. This is his 4th game back in action since returning from injury. Pass inside. Beloit wanting Owen Eilert to go to work. Off the window. He scores over Luke Gebhardt. So Owen Eilert has his first basket. Augustine down the floor in traffic looking for somewhere to go, and he is going to be sent to the free throw line after a foul called on Beloit.
Yeah, Drake did a good job getting to the paint. Then it looked like he was in trouble. And instead of panicking, Drake went really strong up to the bucket, drew the foul. That's a tough play. Owen Eilert's called for the foul. A lot of times you don't get bailed out like that, but I think Augustine's just strength and grit kind of drew the foul right there.
Eli Sawyers will return. Jake Gebhardt into the game for the first time. Nakari Morikel-Palmer and Luke Gebhardt take a break. 1:13 left to go here, first quarter. It's 11-4. Southeast of Saline in front. Augustine missed the first free throw. His second attempt is on the way, and it is good. Southeast of Saline, 3 of 4 from the free throw line here so far in this opening quarter. And Drew Richardson comes in for Augustine. He's in the game for the first time. So far, 4 different Southeast of Saline players have scored. Up 12-4. Here's a dribble drive handoff to Noah Gerstner. Gerstner looking inside. That ball poked and stolen away. Isaacson now to Jake Gebhardt. Sawyers coming right down Broadway. He's going to stop. Play it out. Jake Gebhardt trailing for 3. Too short, won't go, and the rebound collected by Beisner. Beloit has it back. Caleb Burks with a left-handed dribble. He'll play it off now to Gerstner. Gerstner works his way away from the Southeast of Saline bench over to the right-hand side. Brockelman now has it. Good defense here by Southeast of Saline. Boy, look at Richardson up front, D'ing up on Brockelman. Clock down to 25. Closing out the first quarter. Now a foul on Kason Lilly. This is his first.
Well, Devin, that's one thing. And it's so easy to see when you're seeing a team, you kind of get on a roll in the wins column. This Southeast Lane defense they're playing as a unit. I mean, they're just flowing around. You can tell the backside help's going to come through. You see Lilly getting called for the perimeter foul right there. But it's tough. It's tough when you have Sawyers and Marco Palmer down low and then just people harassing the perimeter everywhere.
Beisner gets it inside, has Isaacson behind him, and then Sawyers came to help out. Shot goes up. Beisner missed it. Sawyers cleans it off the board. 10 seconds left to go. Here's Eli Sawyers on the drive. It's going to be stripped away. Gerstner got his hand on it, and Ryan Eilert up off the Beloit bench, the head coach saying that went off of Sawyers' knee, but the officials, of course, don't agree.
Yeah, and I think Ryan Eilert has a really good point. It's one of those plays we see all the time. Looks like the ball got batted down. Might have hit Sawyers on the leg as he was coming up. And now we've got official drama. He wants to let the player know he could come in as opposed to the buzzer. This is fun times.
Richardson set to inbound, and he gets it into Sawyers, and Sawyers is going to have the second foul on Beisner as Beisner came from behind. Sawyers beating to the hoop, and Bryce Beisner came over the top and committed the foul. So that's a big foul on the Beloit big man. He has 2 here in the first quarter. Eli Sawyers back to the free throw stripe. Third free throw of the game, up and good. 4 seconds left. Make or miss here off this second free throw attempt for the junior Eli Sawyers. Beisner will come out. Also coming out of the game, Kyler Burks. Sawyers trying to put Southeast up by 10. Misses it. Here's the rebound now. Owen Eilert. He has a wide open teammate up the floor for a layup, and that will not make Bryson Flax happy. And Trent Douglas already chewing on his team as Noah Gerstner got free for the wide open layup. 13-6 is our score. Big swing there at the end of the quarter. Southeast of Saline still leads it by 7 at the end of 1 here on KINA.
PRP, or platelet-rich plasma injection therapy, has received quite a bit of attention since its use by many professional athletes. Professional football players like Peyton Manning and Jamal Charles have used PRP therapy for sports injuries and to avoid surgery. But you don't have to be a world-class athlete with millions of dollars for this cutting-edge therapy. PRP is available to you in the Salina Pain Clinic. Call the doctors for a consultation and see if this treatment is right for you. See them at 200 South 5th in the Salina Surgical Arts Center.
Troublesome car repair and everyone has told you it cannot be fixed or it's way too expensive? Try McKim Auto Service in Gypsum, Kansas. They do quick, dependable work and provide the lowest hourly rate in the area. McKim Auto will service your vehicle from front to back and everything in between. They treat you and your car like a friend or even family. McKim Service specializes in engine and transmission rebuild. 701 Maple, Gypsum, Kansas. Wouldn't trust anyone else with my family car. So, if your repair seems grim, remember McKim. Give them a call today to make your appointment.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Devin Haney, Tyler Smith back here on KINA. Also live stream video on SalinaPost.com. 13-6 is our score. Southeast of Saline leads it by 7. And a big swing there at the end of the quarter. You miss a free throw that could have put you up by 10. And then you let a Beloit player get free going through at the buzzer. And that momentum continues on for Beloit as a three-pointer by Wyatt Brockelman. It's a little 5-0 run here for Beloit.
Yeah, you can't give a team with this much quality, this much room to breathe. I mean, you just saw it looked like the defense was suffocating. Everything was going so well for Southeast. And all of a sudden it's a little leak out on a missed free throw. And now momentum is going for the Beloit Trojans.
Akari Morico Palmer with it on the left-hand side. He'll swing it around now. Luke Gebhardt. Now to Drew Richardson. They're out there with Jake Gebhardt and Eli Sawyers, who are currently working the paint. Richardson has it on the right side. Skip pass over the top. Beloit going to a zone defense here as they go to the 2-3. Bryson Flox expected this out of the Beloit Trojans. Drew Richardson lets a three-pointer fly. That one doesn't hit anything. Got the corner of the weak side backboard. And here comes Beloit with it back the other way. Again, Beloit currently on a little 5-0 run here after they trailed by 9. 13-9, now the score. Gerstner with it up top. He'll drive to the right, hand it off to Caleb Burks. Burks trying to get around Jake Gebhardt. He'll go all the way to the baseline, have a shot rejected by Luke Gebhardt, who came over to help twin brother out, and a foul called up top. Wow.
What great defense from Jake to make the Caleb Burks go baseline, and great help from Luke, who's called for the really tough foul.
It's a second foul on Luke Gebhardt.
Shucks.
I hope the coaching staff for Southeast recognizes that, because the table's not going to get it right. They have him for one. Now they finally put two up. Again, these games here tonight have been a work in progress, not only with the officials, but also with the table and the mechanics of how this game's being managed. We lost about 2 minutes in the first quarter of the girls' game just because the clock was running for no reason. Southeast of Saline with it. 2 free throws made, that time by Beloit. Southeast works it, mid lane to Sawyers. Goes to Gebhardt down low, and now another really weird foul called on a ball that was up for grabs. It was a poor pass inside to Luke Gebhardt, and now both coaches have something to be unhappy about.
Yeah, Owen Eilert got called with a really poor foul right there. I thought Owen Eilert did a really good job just fighting for the basketball. There was no contact. He just put his hands up.
And the officials didn't even let Coach Brian Eilert get a sub in. The sub's at the table. They're just ignoring it.
Great.
Shot put up by Southeast, and Luke Gebhardt puts it up and in.
Things are getting difficult. Our job is to tell you guys what's going on in the basketball game, and it's getting tough for us.
We're trying without opinion, but when you sit through this for a couple hours, it's bad. Here's a three-pointer now, right-hand side. Gerstner with it for 3. He has 5 points, leading the way.
Gerstner's fun, little spark plug. We saw him hit the layup earlier. Nice little 3 from the wing. He's going to let it fire.
Ryan Eilert right now is chewing the official's backside off. And he's going to get a warning on that Beloit bench. Again, same official that gave Bryson Flax his only technical foul of the season. So now this official is going to walk from Ryan Eilert's side of the floor. He's going to come across the scorer's table, go down to Southeast of Saline, and he's going to get Bryson Flax's opinion. Because neither one of them are happy.
No, and Flax knows exactly now how far to push it just for the warning. It's rare to see a warning given these days. I mean,
and that's what
that was going to
be my point. Bryson Flax did not get a warning when we played at home with this officiating crew a couple weeks ago. You and I were talking about that. We thought maybe it was the Clay Center game, but we weren't for sure on that. That may have been what Bryson was telling him. He's like, you remember you gave me a technical? I didn't get a warning. And it's not that he was fired up that day. He just made a comment about they were killing the flow of the game.
Oh.
There's a reverse layup. Boy, a crafty move that time by Beloit's Caleb Burks. Couldn't get it to go down, and we go back the other way. Beloit within 1. Makari Morico-Palmer now to the right-hand side. Drew Richardson with it. Now Daniel Kerr has it. Danny wants to drive. Plays it back out to Luke Gebhardt. Now Nakari will try a 3, and that splashes through. Just so smooth and almost unexpectedly, isn't it? I mean, he kind of like, well, I'm open, so I might take the shot.
He's almost accidental about it.
I made it.
And he's so accidental, he just refuses to touch the rim. I mean, both of those, nothing but net. The arc is beautiful, and just hammers down.
Defense here by Southeast picking up a little bit of a trap on Gerstner, but he gets out of it near the midcourt stripe. Now a ball that's thrown in. Looking for Eilert down low. Quinn Eilert was the target, and Daniel Kerr will get a foul coming over the top.
Yeah, and we saw right there, Quinn Eilert had really good positioning, and it's a good foul. Danny Kerr just came over. He's got to understand you can't have that contact. Here's where things get tricky. You have to be able to compose yourself and understand. Just like the girls' game, I mean, there's a lot of bizarre calls going both ways, and it's what team handles these the most. That first free throw's missed is going to be the most successful. We're starting to see some frustration on both teams.
Quinn Eilert missed the front end of the 1-and-1. That was Southeast of Saline's 7th team foul. Almost halfway through the second quarter. 18-14 is our score. Nice little dump down inside. Luke Gebhardt wasn't expecting it. The ball was a little bit low from Nakari Morico-Palmer, and it ends up being the first turnover of the quarter for Southeast of Saline. 18-14 is our score. We are exactly 4 minutes left in the second quarter, and there's Noah Gerstner again. He gets another 3. He has 8 to lead the way. Back to within 1 are the Beloit Trojans. Daniel Kerr has it on the left-hand side. Now to Luke Gebhardt. Down to the baseline, Nakari Morico-Palmer. Nakari stuck a little bit. He'll find Sawyers. They keep swinging around. Luke Gebhardt will try a 3. Too strong, no good. Sawyers fighting for the rebound, but he's going to be held off by Wyatt Brockelman, who will take it. Brockelman now speeding up the right-hand sideline. He'll turn, come back to the middle of the floor. He'll get all the way now to the rim, as nobody really slid over to protect their time for Southeast of Saline. Missed the layup, and the putback by Quinn Eilert is no good. Southeast has it.
And tons of contact down there. I mean, you'd have expected a foul to be called down there. It looked like there were 2 or 3 Southeast League Trojans. You saw Nakari swatting down on the basketball. Got away with no fouls.
Inside now. Daniel Kerr had it. Looked like he was tripped up, and now a foul called.
No,
they're going to say out of bounds. It's going to go back to Southeast. So the two teams exchange turnovers. And a timeout for Southeast of Saline. It's a full timeout. We'll take it as well. 3 minutes left to play here in the first half. Southeast of Saline leads up by 1 here on KINA.
A shield against the elements. Comfort in the midst of chaos. Shelter in the aftermath of destruction. For 75 years, Shelter Insurance has remained true to our promise to be there when you need us most. This is the heartbeat of our company, our why. Shelter Insurance. For your auto, home, and life.
See me, Kelly Kitchener, at our brand new location, 1809 South Ohio in Salina.
The Southeast of Saline School District has a long-standing reputation for excellence. This excellence in public education has been a source of great pride and one of the factors contributing to the quality of life in our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation works in partnership with the USD 306 School District and the community that it serves to maximize student potential, thereby creating a lasting legacy, not only for our children, but for our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation salutes the Trojan sports program.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA.
A quick play back to action. Southeast of Saline with a shot up. It won't go down. Nakari Morico Palmer tips it back in for Southeast of Saline. Trojans visiting up by 3. And now a foul called on Southeast. Nakari early on with 10 points here in this game.
Yeah, it looked like Sawyers was called for maybe a hand check or a block on the perimeter for his second.
That'll send Wyatt Brockelman to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. First free throw rattles home. Brockelman with 4 points all in this quarter. 2:23 left to play here before halftime. Second free throw by Brockelman is good. Now he has 5. At halftime, we'll hook up with Shauna Smith and talk about the victory tonight. A big one for Southeast on the girls' side. Kaysen Lilly, Luke Gebhardt, Drew Richardson. That's Drake Augustine in the corner there. Nakari Morico Palmer, Eli Sawyers. Here's Sawyers, mid-lane. His jumper up and good. Nice feed from Nakari Morico Palmer. Eli now with 5.
But again, it's Nakari's fingerprint that's just all over this basketball game, whether it's rebounds, whether it's assists, whether it's points. Nakari's doing so much. He's creating so many issues for Beloit.
Wyatt Brockelman came across the timeline, slammed on the brakes. He was in a trap and needed help. Ryan Eilert will burn a 30-second timeout. We'll take it as well. 1:53 left to go here in the half. Southeast Trojans by 3.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach, right off Crawford, and their second location in the Central Mall in Salina, and a new location in McPherson, based on honesty and trust. Contact L&L Advisors today.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA.
22-19 our score. 1:53 left to go. Southeast of Saline leading by 3 as we work our way towards the intermission. Beloit has the basketball. Boy, they just ran into each other. Top of the circle. Nakari's going to take it away. Here comes Morico Palmer. He'll bounce it off to Eli Sawyers, who was going up. Looked like he had bad intentions at that rim, but he was grabbed on the arm. Still got the basketball to go in, and Eli Sawyers going to step to the line and try to complete a 3-point play.
And Coach Eiler's just beside himself. He saw his own player try to steal the ball from his own player, which then created a turnover, which then created a breakaway finish from Eli Sawyers.
Again, the awareness by Nakari Morico Palmer. There was communication there, I bet, between him and Sawyers. Sawyers was trailing, and Nakari just kind of collected the defender and just bounced it behind himself. and Sawyers picked it up and was able to follow it in. Again, I think Beloit was probably trying to go up and rock the rim there, but he was fouled, and it trades 3 instead of 2, 25-19.
And if you're Coach Flax, you're super upset that Nakari's not just taking that to the rack until all of a sudden you see the outcome. I mean, it looked like you said, there was communication going on between Nakari and Sawyers, and it turns out all right, but sometimes just Nakari attack, and let's see you finish that.
78 seconds left to go. Here's a steal by Luke Gebhardt. Turnover number 6 for Beloit. Gebhardt to the left-hand side, Nakari. Now Case and Lilly. They work it around. Gebhardt will try a 3, and he got that one. Missed his first 2, but Luke Gebhardt gets the tray from the top of the key. Southeast starting to pull away a little bit here, and now a touch foul on Case and Lilly, his second.
Well, and right now that whole play was started because we saw Caden Isaacson on Bryce Beisner, and it's a mismatch if you look at it on paper, but Isaacson so strong, kind of pushed Beisner off his path, was able to create the turnover, outlet the basketball, and just creates instant offense for Southeast Saline.
Body mass is probably the same, right? You take Isaacson, you stretch him from 5'11" and linebacker size to Beisner, who's 6'5" and not linebacker size. Here's the free throw. That's up and good for Caleb Burks, his first score of the game. Beloit with 3 threes here in the second quarter. They are being awarded some free throws as 9 team fouls have been scored against Southeast of Saline in this game. 1 minute left to go. Back to a 7-point Southeast of Saline lead after the Beloit 2 made free throws. Richardson has it on the left. Now Nakari Morkel-Palmer along the baseline. Shakes the defender, pulls up and scores. Nakari was 7 in the quarter, 12 for the game.
And quiet.
Yeah.
Just not forced any shots. I don't know if he's missed tonight. Just everything is so smooth. It's always in the sequence of the offense.
26 seconds left to play. Baseline drive stolen away by Nakari Morkel-Palmer. 7 turnovers. Here comes Southeast. They're going to play for one last shot. 16 seconds. Augustine comes out to grab it. Plays it right, plays it left. Richardson has it now. Pass over the top. Augustine for 3. No good. Rebound on the backside by Beloit. Caleb Burks has it across the timeline with 1. Has to double clutch at the buzzer and misses it. Caden Isaacson with a hand there defensively. And Southeast of Saline, Beloit closed it back up to within 1. And then Southeast pulls away 30-21 to take a 9-point lead into the locker room at halftime. When we come back, the Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime report. Talk to Shauna Smith. The numbers from the first half. When we come back, Southeast leads it over Beloit. At the break, 30-21 here on KINA.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
And the second free throw is good. The Trojans have called timeout to make some important decisions.
Hi, fans. It's Winnell Garrettson from SalinaHomes.com. In every game, there are lots of options to make the right play. And in real estate, the plays can be challenging. Whether you're a first-time buyer, upsizing for the family, investing in rentals or commercial property, or selling land, I have the knowledge to help you win your real estate game. It's sure to be a slam dunk when I serve as your realtor. Buy or sell, call Winnell.
This is the Trojan Halftime Report. Coming up, a first half recap. Shot at the horn. Stats, interviews, and a look at other area games. Now, let's get back to the gym for Trojan Halftime on KINA.
Back here at Beloit High School, 30-21, our score at the break. Southeast of Saline leads Beloit by 9. Time now to talk to Shauna Smith and look back at game number 1 of her doubleheader tonight. It was the girls kicking things off here in Beloit, 59-51. You get the victory. Southeast of Saline now 13-3 on the season. You are 7-0 in league play. And this was a big one. We talked about it a little bit, Coach, when you have a team that's just one game behind you in league. Their only loss so far was to you back in December. We knew that there was some things you could take away from that game, but that was still a long time ago. How'd you see tonight's contest going for you?
I thought we battled to the end. It was one of those games I knew we were going to have to grit it out. It wasn't going to be, we've had the last few games have been, we've won by 20 plus. So we knew this game wasn't going to be just an easy come in here and win game because, they're a good team. And we knew they were going to get better since we saw them, I think December 4th, we saw them,
Yeah.
December 3rd, 4th. So we knew it was going to be kind of a gutted out game for us. And it's at their home court.
Not to get you in trouble, but just from a coaching standpoint and just kind of the way the game is managed, when you have officials that are just so inconsistent from one half to another, because there were a lot of fouls called in the first half. We talked about it quite a bit. You come out in the third quarter, then all of a sudden what was a foul isn't a foul anymore. How much conversation is going on with the players on the bench? How hard is it for them to adjust? I'm curious to get your opinion on that because it's something that we've talked about a lot tonight in both games.
Honestly, we didn't really talk about it because I thought, the first half, I kind of thought we kind of got up and slapped. We really didn't move our feet very well. We kind of just didn't really play team defense. We kind of just played all, 5 on, each person, I guess you should say.
Yeah.
And I just thought the second half we cleaned it up better, and we did a better job of playing. We had a couple of times that we didn't know who we had, I guess. That kind of opened the game up. So, but we put enough together, I guess, to for the 32 minutes to win it.
Carson Slager tonight. We talk about her. Point production's down. She's doing so many other things, though. She leads your team in offensive rebounding. I don't know how many times I saw Carson sprint from three-point land 20 feet away to come in and save a possession for you and get an offensive rebound or even score off that rebound. But I want to talk about her defensively tonight because you come out of the gate on your first possession, and we see her a lot on the big freshman for Beloit and kind of going against Butke. She did a good job. She had some help every now and then. Talk about Carson's assignment tonight on defense.
Well, she usually has to guard our second postman most nights. And just because, we're hoping that she can kind of out-jump somebody and just kind of, she's long. But everybody else says we really don't have anybody else that's to go to. But I thought we did a good job there because she does a good job of communicating in there. And then plus we're putting her underneath the basket to go rebound.
There were some times tonight, rebounding-wise, you guys got out-battled a little bit. And I just want you to talk about with girls, especially younger girls, you get caught in that trap, right? You're underneath the rim and the ball keeps going up and you can't get the darn rebound, but yet it's the last thing on your mind is to turn and block out. The challenge of that sometimes is a little frustrating for a coach. But I thought size-wise, Beloit, for the size they had against you guys, did a pretty good job tonight in the paint.
Yeah, and we actually have talked about that box out there. Since the Sterling tournament, because we've had several of those. I think we had 2 of those at the tournament that they had a good turnaround, and that's kind of those tonight too. And they're getting out, just outreach instead of box out and kind of create that space. So it's one of the things I just thought we did. I wasn't really necessarily there rebounding for us in the first half, but there's a lot of things in the first half that just like I said. But when you start scoring, some of those things kind of get overlooked thin.
You had a lot of different players score tonight. 8 different Lady Trojans were able to score for you. Reagan Getz, Avery Castleman, Brielle Potachik. It was just such a team effort. They all hit key jump shots in the second half to start this game, especially in the third quarter. Beloit had a 5-point lead on you there for a second. And I thought, okay, this is the time, especially here in league play on the road, that we see this team maybe tighten up a little bit. I didn't see it. There were some big shots made.
Yeah, like we just said, there was it was a long game. We had 16 minutes. We talked about it at halftime. I think we were down by 2 at halftime. Whatever, and it's a long game to go. And we haven't been in this position for a while. Like you said, even since before the Sterling tournament, we haven't been in this position. It's actually been down at halftime and whatever. And so I thought we did a good job. And we have veterans out there that we just got to run some offense, and we did a good job of coming back and scoring. I thought we kept settled.
Yeah,
we were fine.
You take a deep breath when you walk out of the gym and you think, well, glad that's over. But really, honestly, when you look at this game, the game wasn't called great. You had some struggles in the first half. You're on the road. It's Tuesday night. You can stack it up. How good of a game experience is this for you when Sub-State rolls around? Because you might be in this situation again.
Yeah, and it's like one of the things especially when then you'll be hopefully playing on a neutral court, which is, something about playing here, it's a nice court, whatever, but it's just playing at their home court. But it's a big win, and we wanted to go get after, but we knew this wasn't going to be a come in, it's going to be a grinded out win, and if we'd play them again, it'd be the same way, and hope we would shoot it a little better in the first half. We had some open looks, we just didn't make some of them, then we started making in the second half. But sometimes it gets, Brielle kind of came in and got us going in the second half and kind of got us rolling there, and so we kind of went from there. Somebody got confidence, and it kind of lightened everybody else up, loosened everybody else up, I should say.
How much of a convenience is it for you to have players that can come in and score off the bench? Because we talked about it quite a bit from that first game. They didn't have any bench points. Tonight they get 6 bench points, but your bench outscored Beloit's bench 29-6.
Yeah, as I've did the stats for the season so far, I mean, we have, Carson's averaging right about 12. And then everybody else is, 6, 6, 7, 7. I mean, but we're all right there. Yeah. And that's why I kind of tell those kids, it's not all about starting, because like I said, I like having that second wave of kids coming in off the bench there. Because like I said, when we sub those 4 kids coming off the bench, they can all score. And so that's what's nice about it. Like I said, my couple, Lena and Mallory not necessarily total scores for us when we start off the game, but we feel like, Maddie and Carson and Avery can score us for early on, and then we have to bring that second wave in.
Absolutely. Brielle Potopchik's been instant offense for you off the bench lately. She has a new career high tonight of 16. She goes 4-4 from the free throw line, and she helps this team to a 59-51 victory. Now you turn your attention to Minneapolis. That's going to be the other fun league opponent for you, and that's at home Friday night.
Yeah, and that's going to be – they're always tough for us no matter what. So hopefully we've been playing pretty well at our home court, so hopefully we can shoot the ball and kind of get out and do some good things there.
Have a good week. We'll talk to you Friday.
All right, thank you.
Shauna Smith, head coach of the Southeast of Saline Trojans, 13-3. Now overall, 7-0 in league play. They are the 8th-ranked team in the state in Class 3A. 60 seconds, back with more Trojan basketball. Southeast of Saline leads Beloit by 9 here at the break.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans. Maybe you don't play quarterback or make the highlight reel. Maybe you're not a high school athlete anymore. But just like an athlete, you can get first-class orthopedic care from Saline Ortho. Their doctors and staff strive to get you back to an injury-free, pain-free life as quickly as possible. Saline Ortho has a doctor on call 24/7 for all orthopedic injuries. So next time you're injured, trust the experts at Saline Ortho. Your voice, your choice, past, present, and future. See them online at salineortho.com.
This is Trojan basketball on KINA.
Just about ready to start third quarter action. So far, Nakari Morical-Palmer leads all scores. The Southeast of Saline Jr. has 12 points, 8 points for Eli Sawyers, 7 points for Luke Gebhardt, and 3 points for Drake Augustine. Leading scorer for Beloit's Trojans off the bench, Noah Gersner with 8. 30-21. Tyler, Southeast of Saline, able to pull away there in the last couple of minutes of the second quarter. What do you want to see from the Trojans here in the third?
Well, I think established points in the paint. Did you see Augustine right there? That's the one thing we haven't seen. We've seen the perimeter shooting pretty solid from Southeast Saline. You see, you want to say Sawyers only with 7, but Sawyers has 7, and you've got Beisner in foul trouble.
Yeah.
Feed Sawyers the ball down low, and let's see if we can get Beisner in foul trouble and see what Beloit has behind him.
Those two matched up right now. Beisner wanting the basketball. Remember, Sawyers has 2 fouls as well. There's a long shot for Beloit that rims around, then squirts out towards the corner over in the far baseline, but Nakari Morical-Palmer able to run it down there for Southeast of Saline. He'll play it off to the left-hand side to Augustine. Now back to the right to Daniel Kerr. This 11-point lead for Southeast, their biggest of the game. Now a steal by Beloit. Augustine pokes it away, and now a follow-through layup from Caleb Burks.
Yeah, it all kind of started with a lazy pass from Kerr. There's got to be some purpose behind everything. Can't just give the ball up openly in the perimeter like that. It leads to an easy two points.
It's a little bit different look right now as another steal by Beloit. Brockelman goes in, and Daniel Kerr there to slap it away defensively for Southeast of Saline. That'll allow his teammates to catch up. Daniel Kerr right now is up top of the key working the point area, while Nakari Morical-Palmer has slid in now working high post.
Yeah, and you're seeing Augustine kind of work baseline. Yeah, it's a complete different role reversal. You wonder if Coach Flack saw something at halftime.
They're going to call this on Sawyers. That's going to be his third. And I didn't see much contact again. So Eli has his third foul.
However, you see Owen Eilert, and Owen Eilert's absolute veteran, senior, coach's son. He knew to attack Sawyers right there. So, Eilert did a really good job.
Now Beisner gets his third, so
and
eye
everybody's
for an eye, right? Yeah.
Yes. And Beisner doesn't know why he got called for that foul. Sawyers is giggling. Let's just all shake hands and go hard with 3 fouls.
Neither coach making a gesture to get either one of their players off the floor here with 6:16 left to go in the third quarter. Beisner for Beloit, Sawyers for Southeast. Each have 3 fouls. Here's Eli Sawyers, 15-foot jump shot. Now has 10. That one money from the 15-foot stripe. 6 minutes left to play, third quarter. Southeast back up by 11. Beloit working that motion offense here against the man-to-man defense from Southeast of Saline. Southeast crept into the Kansas Basketball Coaches Association standings again today at number 10. Beloit working through. Now long pass, right-hand side. Quinn Eilert. Eilert with the ball fake. Now he goes back across the paint to Owen Eilert. He'll flip it out here to Caleb Burks. Southeast so good defensively. Now an open 3 on the right-hand side. Rims off no good, and Luke Gebhardt there to get the rebound for SES. Luke wants to push it up the floor, left-hand side now to Kari. Now down low in the short corner to Gebhardt, and he dumped it off to Sawyers in the paint, who will earn free throws and go to the line.
Yeah, you're talking about the defensive possession right there from Southeast Saline. It's almost like Beloit just got bored and decided to fire up a 3. I mean, there was not a lot of offensive movement. It's just a ball going back and forth from the perimeter. Fired a 3 to see Eilert with his second foul.
The play that Bryson Flax is running against this Beloit zone, it's almost a punishment of human reaction, right? I mean, you put somebody down almost out of bounds on the baseline, underneath the basket. If they catch it, they don't have much of an angle, can't do anything. But your human instinct is to turn and look at that play. Then all of a sudden you have your back to Eli Sawyers, who's screaming down the side of the lane and has the ball all of a sudden off a pass from there.
Well, I think that's why it's so difficult as a player to understand the importance of the short corner. You don't get it until all of a sudden you just see it flowing so well against the zone.
Sawyers missed both of those free throws. Now a shot put up by Beloit is no good. Southeast has it back. Here's Luke Gebhardt driving along the baseline and scoring. Gebhardt now has 9. 4:45 left to go. 36-23. Southeast of Saline up by a baker's dozen here on the road. Trying to go for that 13th victory of the season. Up top with it, Burks. He gets in the paint. And a whistle before any kind of contact whatsoever. They're going to say this is Daniel Kerr.
Well, and Caleb Burks did a really good job attacking the bucket right there, and he went up really strong. Don't know necessarily where the contact was, but as you see, a turnover immediately from Beloit.
Gebhardt took it away. He is going to be contacted a little bit as he went to the rim on the right-hand side. Southeast will keep the basketball as Drake Augustine will have it along the baseline for some inbounds offense here. Sawyers with it on the left wing, plays it back out to Luke Gebhardt. Now to Augustine. Right-hand side, Daniel Kerr. Kerr returns it back now to Gebhardt. Up top, Kerr, little head and shoulder fake. He's being swarmed by Beloit players. Gets rid of it to Gebhardt, and Luke drains a 3. 2 points, and now 3 points for Luke Gebhardt. He has a couple of three-pointers in this contest. And now Southeast of Saline all of a sudden up by 16 and a full timeout taken on the floor by Beloit. 4:04 left to go here in the third. 39-23. Southeast of Saline has the advantage here in Beloit on KINA.
Salina Septic Services provides septic services including septic tank installation, inspection, and repair. In addition to professional septic tank services, we also provide portable restroom rentals. We have many options available, including his and hers portable restrooms and hand washing sinks. Setup, service, and removal are all part of our rentals. Whether you project a long-term construction job or a family gathering, we guarantee a clean porta potty. Find us today at salinasepticservice.com, proudly supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
You're telling me your driver turns you on remotely?
It feels so good.
One gentle touch of a handy remote or mobile app and my motor's running. And don't fret, my little pickup pal. New Image Audio installs these inside trucks too.
Oh, yeah. You'll want it when the winter chill hits. A remote start from New Image Audio for cars, trucks, even diesels. All systems remote and cell phone capable. Nationwide coverage. Get yours at New Image Audio on South Broadway.
In Salina.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Halfway through the third quarter, Southeast of Saline leads it 39-23. Beloit has the basketball. And a nice start to this third quarter here by Southeast, as they have been able to pull away. 9-2 right now the run for the Purple Trojans. Burks has it on the right-hand side. Now plays it down more towards along the baseline to Brockelman. His long shot is up, no good, but a rebound and a stick back by Owen Eilert. Half a dozen now for Owen.
And that's where you're seeing Sawyers on the bench right now. It's really difficult. You got to get those defensive rebounds. You saw Beloit got two chances of that as Eilert hits it. That's where you're missing Sawyers on the boards.
Beloit has it back after Gebhardt missed from downtown. Inside, Beisner. Drake Augustine coming over to tie him up, and they're going to call a foul on Drake Augustine.
And you see that when Southeast is running that zone. So you got Nakari playing up top, which creates so many issues for any team that's trying to bring the ball up the court. But what that does is then all of a sudden you're weak down low, especially with Sawyers not in the game. It kind of has a lot of holes. It presents a lot of holes for yourself defensively.
Richardson, Isaacson, Case, and Lilly all into the game for Southeast of Saline. Off the inbounds, Caleb Burks gets a three. 3 minutes left to go, 39-28 as we work the second half of the third quarter here in Beloit. Southeast of Saline trying to put a stranglehold on this league in the NCAA. Here's a kick out to Luke Gebhardt. Passes it back through. Case and Lilly with it. Now back up top, Richardson. Nakari looked like he was going to try one of those threes again. He had a couple of them in the first half. Now they'll swing it back over to Luke Gebhardt. Good offensive possession here for Southeast. Being patient, looking for a good shot. Here's Lilly, open from three. Left wing, got it to go. Case and Lilly needed that one as he gets his first basket of the night. Back up 41-28. Here's a drive and a left-handed finish by Owen Eilert. Eilert has 4 in the quarter and 8 for the game. Beloit just kind of hanging around here. Southeast of Saline can't do much to put him away. Still an 11-point lead for the Trojans of Southeast. 2 minutes left to go here in the third. Richardson for three. Can it. Drew Richardson gets his first basket of the night.
Well, and we saw this. I mean, the perimeter shooting from Southeast Saline was pretty poor in the first half. As you see, God, Beloit's just pushing the ball down the court again.
Multiple offensive rebounds by Wyatt Brockelman, unable to get anything in the cup. Now Nakari will pull it away. He'll kick it out to Luke Gebhardt. Richardson now comes across. He'll take control in the middle of the floor. Back up top now. It's a swarming zone by Beloit, but there's definitely some openings on the wing, isn't there? Here's Caden Isaacson inside.
There is. With as many great things as Southeast did, as you see Lilly going and miss the floater, the amount of good things they did offensively, they didn't shoot the ball well from the outside, and Beloit's thinking their only chance is go to the zone, force Southeast Saline to shoot from the outside, and right now Southeast is making that look like a pretty big mistake as they're starting to hit from the outside.
Near steal by Luke Gebhardt on that far corner. He'll step back in now and play defense. Drake Augustine will come replace him. And Luke will take a break.
And how about every second, every minute that you can play and you can kind of keep this lead at double digits with Sawyers on the bench with 3 fouls is huge. I mean, Coach Flax knows that you're playing with time right now. As soon as the game gets close, you're going to bring Sawyers in, or as soon as the fourth quarter starts, you're just buying time right now with Eli.
Beisner also has 3 for Beloit. He is out there. Caden Isaacson steps off to contest Owen Eilert, and they're going to call a block on Caden. Up in the air, they'll send Owen Eilert to the free throw line where he is 2 of 2 this evening.
You know, a couple years ago we had that emphasis where if you kind of stayed in your cylinder, you went up and you went straight up and your body was there, it wasn't going to be called a foul, and I thought that was a really good thing for the game, and you're starting to see officials kind of drift away from that. I thought Isaacson did a really good job just going, he went straight up. There's a lot of contact. He didn't gain any ground or give any ground, just went straight up. And I don't think Owen Eilert, as he hits that first free throw, was expecting a foul there. He just went up strong as well. I think that's just 2 players going up. I would love to see that again as a point of emphasis where there's going to be some contact. If both players are going straight up, it's clean. Let the game be played.
I agree. First free throw by Owen Eilert, good. Second one also good. He has a half a dozen here in this quarter. Now the first Beloit player in double digits with 10. Under a minute left to go, third period. Richardson has it left wing. He'll swing it around now. Case and Lilly. Jake Gebhardt's back in the game. He's touching it right now. Now back to Richardson, left-hand side. Isaacson, down low to Jake. Jake in a brief trap. He's going to play it back out here. Case and Lilly ends up with it. Richardson for three. That one trickles off, no good. Caught enough at the front of the rim. Has sent it to the right-hand side, and Beloit has the rebound. 28 seconds left to go here in the third. Owen Eilert with it again. He will play it to Caleb Burks. Left-hand side. Now off the bench, Kyle Burks, and it's going to be turned over. He was looking for Gerstner in front of the Beloit bench, and that one is going to be turned over. We've had a pretty clean third quarter of action as far as turnovers. Each team has two.
Yeah, and you can tell, like, game plans have changed a little. We're seeing it, zone. Now they're back to man from Beloit. When game plans change at halftime, it's always fun to see what, the strategies these coaches come out with.
Here's a loose ball being kept somehow by Southeast of Saline. It ends up down low with Jake Gebhardt as chaos turns into scoring. And Jake Gebhardt gets his first basket of the night. Beloit now trying to get up the floor. Isaacson with the steal and almost got the baseline jumper right at the buzzer. Southeast of Saline leads it by 14 as we go to the fourth and final quarter. 46-32. Southeast leading Beloit. Fourth quarter coming up next here on KINA.
Frisbee Construction is a service organization for the commercial grain industry dedicated to giving you the best in planning, the best in quality, and the best of workmanship and overall the best value for your dollar since 1949. Frisbee Construction specializes in new construction as well as remodel and repair of grain handling facilities throughout the Midwest. Frisbee Construction Company in Gypsum has emergency crews available as needed. For more information, go to frisbeeinc.com.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses acquire relief loans to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Back here in Beloit, ready for fourth and final quarter. 46-32. Southeast of Saline leading over the Beloit Trojans. Now here's a loose ball. It goes to the scorer's table. And Owen Eilert threw a little bit of a hip screen there to keep Luke Gebhardt from getting to that basketball.
Yeah, Eilert and Gebhardt right now kind of giving each other appreciation smiles to each other. There's two absolute gamers. See each other on the field on Friday nights, and here they are on a Tuesday night on the hardwood.
Brockelman has it right-hand side. He'll dribble his way to the free throw line with the left hand. Now it comes back to the near side, right in front of the Beloit bench. Eilert with a rise up and a score. Owen Eilert has 12, and he's trying to get his Trojans back into this game. Southeast has it on their offensive end. Isaacson underneath the board, plays it out top to Nakari, and there's just that.
Well, he finally touched the rim a little bit as he buries that three from the wing.
That's his third one.
And again, it's like, I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm gonna shoot this because no one's around me.
It's almost you want to know what's going through his brain because it's almost like, gosh, why did you leave me open again?
He's disappointed. So smooth from Nakari.
Love it. There's a foul on Drake Augustine, trying to protect baseline. That'll be number 3 for him.
And we're seeing Augustine's just a terrier, and we're seeing him a lot down low as Nakari almost swipes the ball. That would have got fun on the other side.
Back the other way to Luke Gebhardt with it. He'll play it to Nakari on the left-hand side. He will dribble to the baseline, curl around the defender, rise up and score with the finger roll. 5 points for Nakari Morinkle-Palmer. He now has 17 in the game. 51-34, up by 17. Biggest lead of the game here for Southeast of Saline. Now a ball taken away again by Southeast. Caden Isaacson in there creating chaos.
Well, and Devin, you see Isaacson diving after the basketball, but what he does is he gets rid of the basketball before he grabs and has contact and has possession with the basketball, so he's not called at the travel. Heady, extremely heady from the junior.
Isaacson now trying to back his way down in the lane. He'll collect a couple defenders. Out to Nakari for another three. That one comes up short, but Isaacson there for the rebound. Back out to Nakari Moracle-Palmer. He'll play it to Sawyers. One dribble to the keyhole. Boy, how many times has he done that? That's a dozen now for Eli Sawyers, and that'll prompt a timeout. A full timeout, we'll take it as well. 5:54 left to play here in the fourth quarter. It's Southeast of Saline calling the break as they lead it by 19 here on KINA.
Need to make a power purchase by year's end? Can-Equip has got you covered. With 14 locations, you'll find quality pre-owned inventory changing daily. Browse inventory right from your smartphone at canequip.com to see what's available. Looking for something specific? Visit Can-Equip in Salina and talk to a sales professional to help you find it before the year is out.
Can-Equip you.
Is your business parking lot a pathetic patchwork of potholes? Then you'll want to hear this. Sage Products, Salina's leading janitorial supply company, is the only place in Kansas to buy UPM cold mix.
Is it better than the stuff at the big box stores?
You bet your asphalt. UPM cold mix is guaranteed to outlast the surrounding pavement, so you'll never have to fix the same pothole again. Call us at 309-1919 or go online to sageselects.com. Sage Products, providing all your COVID-19 supplies.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA.
53-34, Southeast of Saline with their biggest lead of the night. They will put it in the hands of Owen Eilert. He tries a baseline drive on the left-hand side, hanging, shooting, won't go down, and the rebound taken in by Southeast of Saline. Let's see what's on the mind here, Tyler, of the Trojans from Southeast of Saline as they lead by 19 with 5.5 minutes left out of that full timeout from Bryson Flax.
Yeah, you just want to keep playing defense the way you're playing it. I mean, you're making everything extremely difficult for Beloit. As Nakari might have hit the front of the rim right there. You're seeing Coach Flax just wants to keep Nakari going. Just keep the defensive intensity up and give yourself easy buckets on the other side.
Beloit will try a three-pointer.
And Nakari with another rebound.
Yeah.
He's got to be, closing on that double-double spot again. He just continues to do that. You see Augustine go up strong for the layup with a block from Beloit, and the defensive pressure just doesn't stop.
Owen Eilert's free on the right-hand side. Luke Gebhardt sprints down the floor. Eilert backs him down in the middle of the paint and rises up and scores. Owen Eilert leading the way for Beloit. He has 14 points. Second leading scorer for Beloit is Caleb Burks. He only has 7. 53-36. Meanwhile, 3 different Southeast of Saline players in double digits. We approach the halfway mark of the fourth quarter. 4:25 left to play. Sawyers, long distance for 3. Count it. 15 now for Eli Sawyers.
Well, Devin, here's where your problems start. I mean, you're packing it in. You're trying to keep Eli from scoring easy buckets. Nakari's dicing you up. You're hitting threes from everybody else, and all of a sudden, Nakari with a beautiful block.
Here's Sawyers on the run out. He has to chase it down, and with one hand, saves it from going out of bounds, scoops it back to the other side of the rim, and puts it off the window on the reverse. Boy, the transmission in full gear that time for Eli Sawyers is he made that one look stupid easy.
He really did. It all started from the other side with Nakari making something look stupid easy. It's at times a video game with these two. You never want to say the term effortless because it tends they're not trying, but they make things look super easy when they're going. It's almost like they're playing in cursive. It's beautiful.
58-36. Here's the drive by Brockelman, and he will have his first field goal of the second half. 58-38. And now a foul called on Beloit down along the baseline, I believe. Brockelman will get it. That is his second. Team foul number 3. Southeast of Saline has 6 team fouls. Here's a three-pointer on the left wing by Sawyers. That's no good. Nakari runs it down on the far side. Drake Augustine now in the middle of the court. He'll play it out to Gebhardt. Luke back to the far side. Moracle-Palmer with it. Pass down to the corner. Caden Isaacson. Now to Gebhardt. Back into the paint. Sawyers. Sawyers might have got distracted from behind by Gerstner. And they're going to say dual possession. And the arrow in favor of Southeast of Saline. Drew Richardson, Daniel Kerr, Kason Lilly, Jake Gebhardt all checking in for Southeast of Saline. Staying on the floor is Luke Gebhardt. 3:08 left to go. It's a 20-point lead for Southeast of Saline. That was their margin of victory back in December. They won 78-58.
When you want to talk putting the clamps on somebody, you saw Noah Gershner right there diving on the loose ball for Beloit. That's a young man that had eight fast points in the first half, has not scored in the second half. And you wonder, Coach Flack's going to challenge you. He's going to say, why is a sophomore doing these things? And the Southeast Saline defense has definitely responded. The young man's, they're not letting him breathe right now.
There's a drive by Brockelman, and that's going to be good for a score. Impressive drive there from Wyatt Brockelman. 2.5 minutes left to go. 58-40. Kason Lilly up top. He'll swing it to the left-hand side. Richardson with it. Now back to Kason Lilly, middle of the floor. Jake Gebhardt out away from the basket has it. Now he'll move down more towards the baseline. Quick glance inside at Luke Gebhardt. 2:10 left to play. Southeast being ultra patient here on this possession. Daniel Kerr goes to the baseline. He's in trouble now and travels with the basketball. First turnover of the fourth quarter for Southeast of Saline. And it is only their 7th turnover of the game as Levi Allen checks in.
Yeah, it looked like Daniel Kerr just got caught down there on the baseline. Defense swarming around. And you never want to see the ball turned over right there, but a dead ball turnover, always better than that live ball where you throw the ball away and it leads to a breakaway the other side. Offense kind of discombobulated. Those things just happen. You start making substitutions.
Jake Gebhardt came in, helping out on defense. Might have had the block up top, but they're going to call him for the foul. And that'll stop the clock with 1:47 left to go. You look at plays like that, I realize there was a foul called. But Jake starting to kind of get bounce back, and things, because, boy, I mean, it looked bad with his leg and coming out of football. Didn't know if he was going to be ready for football next year. And all of a sudden, here he is now in his 4th varsity basketball game of the season and starting to get off the floor, starting to make plays like that. And we mentioned at Ellsworth when he started playing, every minute is going to be huge for Jake Gebhardt.
Yeah, it's all about confidence. It's all about just him getting more and more confidence in himself. We all know what any Gebhardt can do, whether it's Luke or Jake or Jackson or Mitch or Grady in a couple of years or what Angie would do this entire team. I mean, anytime you have a Gebhardt in there, it's just going to be great things. And the more you can get on the court at the same time, it's going to be a good thing for Southeast Saline.
Southeast has it back, 58-41. 1:37 left to go. As they're passing it around now, just trying to melt this clock down and head back south and go home and get ready for the Minneapolis Lions. Richardson on the left. Clock down to 80 seconds. This win for Southeast of Saline now will put both boys and girls at 13-3. Isn't it crazy how these two teams have kind of mirrored each other?
Yeah, they have, and they've done it in very similar styles. I mean, there's great move from Danny Kerr right there, fouls on the floor, but it's been defense. I mean, it might get offense, might be the headlines, and it might be kind of what these teams leads them to where they're going. But if you're watching them night in, night out, it's the defense. It's a suffocating defense they're playing from all 5 players on the court that leads to the offense. And it's great to watch both these teams have success.
Inside a minute now left to go. Richardson will launch the 3. That's off the front of the lip. No good. Rebound taken in by Beloit. Noah Gerstner has it again. Gerstner up the middle of the court. Now floats to the right in front of the Beloit bench. To Brockelman. Brockelman wants to get to the rim again. Had a really good drive a couple possessions ago. This time he stops, pops at the free throw line. That's no good. Beisner with the rebound. Talked about Beisner quite a bit in this game. He is going to affect a game anytime you're 6'5", 6'6" like he is, but I think it's a big salute to Southeast of Saline that Bryce Beisner only has 2 points.
Without a doubt. And we saw Eli get into a little bit of early foul trouble, and they weren't necessarily on Beisner, but you're just seeing it's a team effort. I think we've seen Luke Gebhardt on him a lot. Obviously, Nakari's done there. You've seen some zone. You've seen some man-to-man. You just keep throwing different looks, and it confuses anybody, let alone somebody down low that's supposed to be, your offensive, trigger point.
Quinn Eilert missed the front end of a 1-and-1. Southeast has it back. Now Brockelman takes it away. He's going to go up and try to dunk it, but the ball falls out. And now it's scrum on the baseline. Case and Lilly in there trying to get it for Southeast. And they call it a dual possession. Southeast will have the basketball with 4 seconds left.
Hey, how about Wyatt Brockelman's little hops right there? That was fun. I mean, he had defense on him, missed the dunk, but I haven't seen anybody get up that high, that size since you. Nice hops.
Listed at 6 foot. He almost got it down. 58-41 as the final buzzer sounds. Southeast of Saline will get their 13th victory of the season and now move to 7-0 in league play. Beloit will drop to 11-6 on the season, 5-3 in league play. When we come back, we'll have a Vernon Jewelers Gym of the Game. We'll also have final numbers for you and a conversation with head coach Bryson Flax. It's all coming up on the postgame show, brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers. Trojans win it in a clean sweep in Beloit here on KINA.